Is everybody in? Is everybody in? The ceremony is about to begin. Take the visions, take the dreams, Bass Galaxy. It is Wednesday night, the hump day of bass fishing, and we are here to bring to you, Bass Galaxy, a damn good time. I'm your host, Pat Renwick. Welcome aboard to the Straycast Funhouse, Unplugged, whatever the hell this is. Yes, stripped down edition. We're excited because it is Wednesday night, and even more excited to bring back to this show for the umpteenth time. I'm not sure how many times it's been between awkward cameos, as well as feature appearances. Ladies and gentlemen, Bass Galaxy Mike Iaconelli coming on tonight. Yes! Coming on live to you tonight. An evening with Mike. We're going to go through the years in retrospect. Is that a thing? Retrospect? Anyway, speaking of retrospect, here's someone who is not retro, but is more mod. Let's bring aboard our very own intern. Ladies and gentlemen, Dickie Moe, old Dick's on himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Mohan. Hey, Danny.
Hey.
What's going on? It's going, man.
I made an update to the studio. We have a Chicago Bears flag now.
Duh, Bears.
I've added a little bit to it. So
I
it's
like
not just
that.
Blank wall.
Can you put something Rick Clunn by that Chicago Bears? And then maybe a shrine to Jesus or Mary. And then we have everything covered.
I really should. I grew a quarantine stash. I know it's not too impressive, but
what is that?
Check it out.
Yeah. Amazing. That's it. Yeah. I think you're gonna that's for tying flies someday.
Bingo.
Someday.
Bingo.
So what's up, Danny? Quarantined, but you're still fishing, you're working on a boat, and I know you're making lists and checking them twice.
Don't get me started on the boat. We're not talking about it.
We'll talk about that at the end of the show. We're gonna razz you. I
finally just got done thinking about it.
We're gonna razz you later.
Yeah, if anyone around the Northwest Indiana area is good at boat carpet, hit us up. But
hit you up.
I did make a list. I made a list and I'm checking it twice. Actually, I just received some product from Carl's, and that's the list I made.
From Carl himself, like he came over and dropped it off.
Carl came over, knocked on my door, and said, "Here you go."
And were you like, "It's quarantine, dude. Go home." And he's like, "I know." Then he
was wearing a mask, though.
Yeah, he ding dong ditched you. I know how
Carl had gloves and a mask. I saw him run away.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt. Keep going, Dan. Sorry.
Carl had a mask. But anyways, so basically, like always, Carl's gives you 30% off becoming a Carl's Club member. Store wide, like, come on. If you're not a Carl's Club member, what are you doing at this point?
Yeah,
like,
most items 30% off.
And then you can get cool stuff like this for 30% off. Like,
what do you got? Wait, hold on. That was kind of a flash in the pan.
I know.
Why are you not showing that?
I don't want people to know what I got. No, I'm just kidding. But
what do you got?
I'll show you what I got. So now this one's neat. This is a great color. This is the 10,000 fish saw craw. Real cool design. I'll pull one out, and the colors they make are phenomenal. So check this guy out. You know, especially for guys in the South, they're about to start spawning. A lot of bluegills. There's gonna be bluegill beds soon. No,
those 10,000 fish are hot baits right now. I'm not gonna.
Oh, dude, they're awesome. They're freaking awesome. Check this thing out. It's like green pumpkin on the top with black flake with like that iridescent blue on the bottom.
Yeah,
It's got the rib craws. I mean, this thing is an awesome flipping bait or a trailer. I mean, I absolutely love the color and design of this thing. It even has like the little side leg appendages. You see that?
I do.
Killer.
Yeah. Extra.
I'm so excited to use
Carl's
that.
has everything, dude.
They do. And they got, like we always say, Exo Swims. Check these things out. Freaking sweet. I mean,
Carl's
got that. Ribbon tails.
They got them.
Design of a ribbon tail. I mean, Carl's has products you cannot find anywhere else, and the best products from any online shopping I can find. I mean, you're not a Carl's Club member, you're missing out. You really are. So, for anyone out there, join Carl's Club. 30% off. It's worth every penny.
Boom. Carl's.
Boom.
Shop Carl's.
Gotta be a Carl's Club member.
Spring training. Hey, moving on, dude.
Oh, and like Pat said, become just do a wish list. Honestly, I mean, right now, especially quarantine. Make yourself a wish list. You can go in, fill up a cart, have stuff there that like just shop around and see what you want and put it on the side. Have a wish list.
I have wish lists.
Yeah.
I'll share it. I will share it with you later. So, seriously, I have a giant wish list in the Carl's cart.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Speaking
Kinda
of wish lists, Stray Cast makes wishes come true every week. Right here. It's the easiest place in the Bass Galaxy to win stuff on Wednesday nights. Right? Can you think of another place where you can win stuff on Wednesday nights this easy?
We just give stuff away.
No, nowhere in the Bass Galaxy can we find a place to win easy, free stuff. But here it is. We get by with a little help from our friends, right?
We're
Our
a charity
good-
organization. We're
Not-
listed as
Yes,
we're
we
listed
are.
as a charity organization.
No, we're tax write-offs. We're deductibles or something like that. Hey,
Yep.
but anyway, the good people at Berkeley tonight are giving away a wang dang doozle of a giveaway. Mike Iaconelli and the people at Berkeley and Brad Rutherford, of course, are giving away some amazing stuff tonight. First thing is some of the new X9 line, the new X line braid. So
Some
pretty
good stuff.
stoked about that. And then the next deal is a pretty special little bait from I believe, and we'll hear more about it when Mike comes on, from across the seas. But it's the old bug. It's the Ike's water bug, and we're giving away 10 bags of those. 10 bags of Ike's water bugs. One of the hottest finesse baits going right now.
Those look legit. I need to get my hands on some.
Yeah,
Those look,
I know you've been chomping at the bit. So when we're out of
Those are the-
quarantine and I let you back in the house, come grab some.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Those look like the real deal. Honestly, I mean, they are the real deal. It looks like. So.
Sweet. Hey, let's bring aboard now our connoisseur of fine spirits as well as proteins. What the heck does that even mean? Ladies and gentlemen, it's your very own Ryan Popcorn Whitaker. Ryan Whitaker.
Proteins, eh?
Yeah. So Ryan, real quick, what everybody has, I want to tell you before we get on to the spirits and proteins.
Okay.
That Berkeley giveaway is pretty sweet. I know you're excited about it too.
Yeah, man.
All they got to do is like and share the live feed. Like and share
Yes.
this live feed tonight, and you have a chance. You are enrolled, and you guys are going to pick the winner as a randomizer, and Mike Iaconelli's going to announce the winner live tonight.
Yeah.
Easy,
Take
Ryan.
30 seconds to win
Easy.
$75 worth of stuff.
Easy as peasies right there.
Yes, sir.
You know what else is easy, Ryan?
What else is easy?
Getting meat delivered to your doorstep.
Yeah. Yeah, why would you go out? Why would you go out to get your meat?
Don't you love to get meat delivered right to your door?
Yeah, man. Bubba and Hanks. Just call them. Hey, we've got a code for everybody. A discount code for everybody out there for Bubba and Hanks meat.
BubbaandHanks.com.
15% off.
BubbaandHanks.com.
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 15% off. Sorry, Ryan.
Yeah, the code is FISH. Type in code FISH and you get 15% off anything from fillets, T-bones, New York strips, porterhouse, burger patties, whatever you're looking for.
Right there.
Get it right to your step.
Chop
Don't even have
ribs.
to put on a mask.
Wagyu.
Wagyu. Why not Wagyu?
Why
Why
not?
not goo?
Why not goo?
Mess it up.
Wagyu. Wagyu. Why not goo?
Why not goo?
No, that's good beef, dude. The Wagyu is the deal. 15% off. Promo code FISH. Check it out. BubbaandHanks.com. We're going to talk more about that later. But Ryan, here's what's pretty cool. We're giving away another $50 gift card to BubbaandHanks.com tonight. Yep, that's right. 50 bucks worth of meat. Like and share the live Facebook feed and comment Bubba and Hanks.
We're going to have two winners.
Two winners. Well, first comment. Oh, I forgot that part. I'm getting this. Don't worry. I'm getting this. First part, comment Berkeley. All right. You comment Berkeley for the Iaconelli pack. Comment Bubba and Hanks. You can enter twice. It's all right. Do them both. It's there. You're entered. Ryan's putting you in the randomizer, picking the winner. Boom. Mike's picking the winner. Hey,
Awesome.
Ryan,
Awesome.
what's going on with the keywords?
Yeah, speaking
What's
of
the
fish,
keywords of life right now?
Speaking of code word fish for
Uh-oh.
15% off,
Uh-oh.
that is going to also be the key word for the Tin Cup Mountain Whiskey drinking game.
Fish.
We're going heavy tonight. Yeah.
Oh, since it's
Going with
quarantine.
fish.
Since it's quarantine,
Since it's quarantine
you're going heavy.
and you're not driving anywhere, hopefully.
I'm at home in the
Do
studio.
not drive.
I'm
if
not
you're playing
going
this
anywhere.
game.
My truck has been hooked up to the Crestliner for the past month. Haven't unhooked.
Yeah. I still need a refill.
Yeah, I
It's
can
such a
tell.
pretty bottle. I'm keeping
Apparently
it.
so. You had a busy day, didn't you? Wow.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Ryan, so without further ado, let's put the
Wait. I got to explain the game.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm
For
sorry.
those who don't know.
I'm getting
It's
ahead of
very
myself.
simple.
I see wiggly mouse arrows, and since Andy is not here to give me like those crazy eyebrows of his, like I see wiggly mouse arrows, and that means hurry up, Pat. More wiggly mouse arrows. Okay. Wiggly mouse arrow.
But yeah, basically all it is, every time you hear the word fish said tonight, take a drink. And don't get too crazy. You don't got to chug every time. It's going to be said a lot. Pace yourselves. Don't do anything stupid. Be responsible. But
Okay.
every time you hear fish, take a sip of whiskey or whatever.
Okay.
Adult beverage,
Coca-Cola,
juvenile beverage.
Gatorade, whatever it might be.
Yes, sir.
See how we did that? Ladies and
We're
gentlemen,
gonna
it's Ryan
tally 'em up.
Popcorn Whitaker, tournament champion. We'll talk more about that later, too. Hey, put the power poles down. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back with a champion, a Mike Iaconelli, when we return. See you in a minute. The all-new XF series by Crestliner. Simplistic perfection with performance features built on a platform for success. The amazingly affordable XF series by Crestliner. A brand new way to reel in bass. For more information and to find your local dealer, visit Crestliner.com today. The Crestliner Real Deal Sales Event. The best time to buy is now at Crestliner.com. Save up to $3,000 today.
Hey, it's Carl, and I've got some big plans this fishing season. I'm hoping to get in the best shape of my life to have some of the best fishing of my life. And I want you to join me for Carl's spring training. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
The TH Marine Hydrowave H2 KVD Edition is a surefire way to ignite a feeding frenzy. The Hydrowave utilizes a sound-emitting technology that imitates bait fish and other feeding fish below the surface that preys on the competitive nature of bass and other game fish to get you more bites. The Hydrowave is another way that TH Marine has you covered from transom to trolling motor.
Minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff.
This is the mountain, and this is mountain whiskey. Unspoiled, untamed, forever wild. There's no safety net, no way down. Up here, it's just man and the mountain and his tin cup. Tin Cup Whiskey. Mountain whiskey.
No.
Hit start video. You hear anything?
No.
Welcome back. Here
do.
we are.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think everybody is in. I'm your host, Pat Renwick, and this is Stray Cast Unplugged, raw, stripped down edition. We bring to you right now, Bass Galaxy, the one and only Michael Iaconelli.
What up?
What's up, Michael?
How you doing?
Doing good, man. How are you doing?
Not too bad.
I'm a little more cooped up than normal, but I am getting out, but I am doing well.
Good.
So-
Good to hear that.
It's we're keeping our sanity here in America, trying to.
As well.
Are you doing your best at that?
Doing our best. Doing our best. Strange time for sure.
How is the sanity in the Iaconelli household at this present moment?
The sanity's good here.
Cool.
I can't complain. We've got it good here. You know, we're in a better situation than I think a lot of people, so we can't complain. But takes a lot of getting used to the differences from everything, the family life to school work with the kids to just what I do on a professional level. Everything has changed, and we're dealing with it now. But even looking forward to the future, I think this is going to change a lot of things. It's going to be a different world, you know.
I agree, and you know me, Mike, and I know you as well. We're both optimists, I would say, for the most part, and I'm looking forward to a better bass fishing world when all is said and done after the purge.
Yeah. And there are, you hit it on the head. You have to take some positives out of what's happening too, because man, if you turn on the news, it's numbing, the anger, the fear, the depression.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like every time you turn on a mainstream news network, you get sad and you get scared and you get angry, and it's like, a silver lining to this, besides a lot of people are getting to spend time at home with their families, is a great silver lining. The other one is fishing, and which is a great sport, minus the states that had issues with it. I know you had Z on recently talking about it, but a lot of the world that can fish and can do it safely and can self-isolate and can social distance outside in nature. I really believe that what's happening now, and as we look back, this will be a big moment for getting people fishing again, getting people in the outdoors, getting people to try the sport and
appreciate it more. Those that already are involved, the appreciation becomes more immense. It's kind of bringing me to where I would like to go with this with you, Mike, and that's, I kind of want to talk about your career and the evolution of it. All right. Now, I want to tell you, there's three very important books to me in professional bass fishing. The first one is Roland Martin's 101 Bass Catching Secrets. You familiar with that book?
Good book. We have it up in the barn, up in the lodge. It's sitting on the shelf.
Dude, it's so amazing just to grab that book.
Great book.
And go to a page and read about like doodle socking or jigger poling, or you know what I mean? Something crazy like that. Musky jitterbugs at night, Mike. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The beautiful mystic part of bass fishing from that book. Another book now is Bill Dance's Bass and Objects. Do you happen to remember that one?
I don't know that book, but anything that Bill Dance has been a part of, I'm a fan of. I don't know that one specifically, but I'm sure it's got to be a stunner.
It was all about objects and how they relate to bass fishing. So there was specific chapters on hyacinths, a chapter on lily pads, a chapter on laydowns, a chapter on standing timber. Get the theme, all objects.
Yeah.
And Bill would walk you through them in that magic Bill Dance way. All right. The next one, man, right here, dude. I don't know which camera is your camera, Mike, but
Wow.
That book right here, dude. I mean, this book is a big deal to me as well as so many bass fishermen on this planet.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Dude, this is inspiring, just as those other two books were. All right.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. It was. I still, I look back on that time and the opportunity to be able to do a project like that still mind blowing to me. And I don't. A lot of people know this, some don't. Writing that book at that time in my life was such an important thing. It literally saved me, man, because I had so much stuff going on.
We could tell by the book.
Yeah. And like writing, the process of writing that and letting your feelings out and letting it, exposing your feelings to the world, such a freeing thing for me then and even now. I can't tell you. It definitely saved me from a lot of darkness. It released
Mike,
a lot of things that I was, I had kept inside.
It's the moment of clarity. That moment of clarity you talk about in this book. When you during that classic, okay? But the same thing you described is like that self-awareness, you talking about you expressing your feelings.
Yeah.
That's a moment of clarity as well, man. That's pretty cool, dude.
It was good. Like I said, it was a great opportunity. I've teased on it before, and I'll say it again. I'll say it officially on your show, because I think I've announced some things on your show before.
Yes, you have.
But
you made announcements about announcements too.
I have made announcements about announcements
yes,
about announcements.
That's true.
But there is a second book in the works. It's in a really, really early phase right now, but there is a second book in the works. It's going to be a similar feel to the book, and it's going to pick up right where that one left off. Literally, it's going to pick up from me handing the trophy to Takahiro. That's where the next one starts.
Dude,
so
I'm
excited about the project. It's not going to be an overnight piece of work, but it'll be well worth the wait when it comes out, because I won't hold back on anything.
Dude, I like it. So here's the big question: when it goes to an after school special, who's gonna play? Who's gonna play Mike Iaconelli on the after school special?
I don't know. I think the two obvious choices are the Priceline guy, Captain Obvious would be probably one of them. The other one would be the young man that played in the Munsters, that played Eddie Munster.
Oh, Eddie Munster, that lived in a drawer.
Munster.
Yes, he lived
even though he's grown as an adult now. I think he'd be an obvious choice too.
Yeah, I think his name is like Neil Patrick Harris or something.
I don't think it's that, but yeah, something like that.
Doogie Howser. He played Doogie Howser.
Doogie. Yeah, he played Doogie Howser.
Now, I got to put my spectacles on here. I'm cheating a minute. You know all about that, Mike, but I want to read this. I want to read this here, okay? And this pretty much sums up Mike Iaconelli to me, all right? And this is a direct, what do you call it, excerpt from your book. Did I get the word right? Excerpt.
Yeah. Okay.
Excerpt. Yep. Fishing in pure form and function, all that matters is landing the fish. So fishing in its pure form and function, all that matters is landing the fish. How you do it is up to you. How you do it is up to you. The problem is, many anglers are reluctant to try anything unconventional.
Yeah.
Mike, you made a career out of that. You did.
Yeah.
You did, dude.
Yeah.
You made a career out of being unconventional in bass fishing.
Yeah.
Before anybody thought of, like, okay, Bill Dance, he did some goofy shit. Hell yeah, he did. Rolling was just rolling. I mean, Mike Iaconelli, unconventional.
Yeah, I mean, some of it, some of it I think is the nature of who I am is being unconventional. Some of it happens on its own. So some of it just happens, and
I know.
and you look back, people say, oh, I can't take credit for it because it just happened that way.
Exactly.
And some of it is planned and predicted. So it's a combination of all those things, but it from every context in my life, being unconventional or doing things a little different has helped me. And not just in fishing. Like, I honestly look back at everything in my life and not following the same path, or doing the things status quo. I wouldn't say it always works, but a lot of times it does. And when it works really, really well. And again, that's for everything, not just fishing.
You got to throw it at the wall and see if it sticks, Mike Iaconelli.
Oh yeah, that's our business. Our business model's been that forever, and not all of them do stick.
But you don't know until you try.
Yeah,
that was the point. That's what I got out of that statement, man.
Yeah,
you ain't never gonna know, Mike. I mean, let's be plain and simple about it. So you were a bachelor for a period of time in your life, and and you've been out to clubs and. There's been that rare occasion where that fine young lady might have said, "Hey, Mike, why don't you come over and bed down?" Like Pete.
Pete. That's a Pete term.
Like Pete Glusick would say. No one else says that except Pete. And Pete and Deer. Pete and Deer, when they communicate to each other, say bed down. That's it. But anyway, so there was times, Mike, that might have happened to you, but more often than not, you had to throw it at the wall and see if it sticks. You had to do the asking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you would be nowhere. You would be nowhere in life.
I do know what you mean.
Nowhere.
I do know what you mean. And honestly, like I said, it is everything. It's even just the act of fishing. Going a place the other boats won't go, or making a cast the other guys won't make. You got to give yourself a shot at it. And I've caught so many that I think a lot of people would have never caught because you're willing to be unconventional, and that's in everything in life.
Dude, I'm going to give you an example, man. Like, one of the coolest things ever, and I know a lot of people's favorite Iaconelli moments, and I know this fish didn't really end up helping you, but that deal where you took that chance and dove in that elite derb and grabbed the line, and you were still holding on to the gunnel with one hand, and you pulled that fish in when the line broke. I can't remember where it was or what it was, dude. But I mean, that's an example of who else is getting. Would Mark Davis do that?
I don't know if Mark would do it. I don't know if Mark did it, it'd be pretty awesome, though.
It'd be freaking amazing.
Be a hell of a cannonball.
I'd rather see Charlie Ingram do it, but Mark Davis would be cool to do that as well. But anyway, hey, I'm at the show. Unconventional, dude. All right, unconventional. You made a career out of it. I mean, bursting on the scene, like an example of unconventional that we didn't see in bass fishing when you first major appearance. Let's talk about the jersey, dude. Like, who had flames on that, when you first had the button down one. I think how awkward that looks now, but I mean, like but the flame jersey, dude. A shark, the World War II fighter plane on the front of your boat wrap, dude. Like, by the way, where did that come from? Did you just think of that one day or something, or like, what was that deal with the?
Yeah, all of that stuff. A lot of that is a combination of, physically stopping and saying, how can you brand yourself, and how can you create a brand that's meaningful and people will remember? So, there's definitely that element to it. But a lot of that stuff, honestly, like I can think back to when I was young, and I mean young, I'm talking about high school, college, club fishing days, when we would just sit around, when I say we, it's me and Brian and Dave Brodzik and a bunch of my other bass club buddies. And we would sit around and, we would sort of say, man, wouldn't it be cool one day if somebody would do this, or, and almost, we were thinking about it back then, like, wouldn't that be so cool? And some of that stuff I had carried with me through the years.
Okay.
And I said, if I ever get the opportunity to try this, I want to try it. And so it comes, some of that comes from just, branding. Some of it comes from ideas that we had for years and
Just
years.
stuck with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here's what's cool: like nobody can ever put that that fighter plane thing on the front of their boat because it's like, you got it. They're gonna be like, "Come on, that's Ike's deal, dummy. What are you doing? It's like, you got it, dude. You can't do that. You can't do it."
Yeah. Yeah. And I tell you though, I can't remember who I was talking with this about, somebody recently. I was talking to Dave Brodzick about it the other day when we were out together. I was really, really fortunate in my fishing career to be involved in the sport in one of the best phases of the history of the sport.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look back and there's been, from the early 70s to now, there's been really cool time periods and phases. There's ups and downs. There's periods where the sport's kind of low, and then there's ones where it hits a peak. I was really, really lucky to be involved in it, at that late, I always like to say, like, that late 90s, early 2000s to about the late 2000s, about 2007, 8, it seemed like it started to peter back down. But there were so many amazing things going on in the sport. It was, ESPN was excited about it. They were running with it. New non-endemics were coming in. There were $1 million tournaments. There were news and media opportunities.
There was electricity for bass fishing.
Oh, there was
finally.
Zona had his show with Jay Kumar. I mean, there was this unbelievable air to the sport in that time period.
Hey, wait, hold on. Let me stop you real quick. Were you one of the guys that would videotape like the ESPN morning block because you would be fishing? Like during all that, I mean, even though, you were out doing the deal, like, did you videotape that stuff at the time? Were you a freak like that?
My uncle was. My uncle still is.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, my Uncle Don. My Uncle Don's probably watching tonight. Anyway, he's got VHS cassettes of everything. Not just me, but like, he's just a fish. He's
so
like
do
us.
I have it too, man.
Oh
like,
yeah, he's a fishing junkie. Oh yeah, he's hardcore, and he's got them labeled. He puts the little label on the front and writes, 1992 Bassmaster Top 150. Robert Hamilton catches him on a Colorado. he's a freak.
Chancellor,
he's
do
a
nothing
freak.
worm.
Oh yeah, he's a freak like we are. But it was a great era of the sport, and honestly, I look back and like, so happy, so thankful that I was involved in the sport at that time. And the crop of anglers look at the crop of anglers that came in the year I came in. It's incredible. Aaron Martins, Edwin Evers, Timmy Horton, Skeet a year or two before, Ish a year or two before. It was just an amazing, electric time in the sport.
Here's a text I just got, Mike, from a Canadian that says, please. Over by there. He says, please tell Mike I miss him, and I'm sure he misses me as well. He says, the Philly event was one of the greatest events ever.
Wow.
XO Dave.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah. I know what Dave that is.
He misses you.
I miss him too. Honestly, I I'm live. I don't care. I'll say it. I don't know that I've said this before, but I was at the Classic this year, and it was the first Classic in 20 years that I hadn't fished. And I was there, working it and supporting my sponsors and supporting our businesses. And felt so nice to run into all my friends from bass.
Yes.
That a lot of them.
I saw you. I could tell.
Yes, that a lot of them that feel like family. Including Zona and Mercer and Don Barone and staff at Bass. From other anglers at Bass. It felt really, really nice. I miss those guys a lot. Yeah,
dude. I mean, it's tough when the majority of your personal bass fishing history from the time you were a small child, Mike,
Yeah.
up until just a year ago. That is your history. That
Yeah.
was your bass fishing history. Now you're making new history. Obviously making new history, and you'll continue to be competitive, I'm sure, as long as you want to be. Let's put it, I mean, let's put it that way.
Yeah, I can tell you this. This break that we're all experiencing. It's teaching us a lot from a business perspective on how to continue to be important and how to continue to be worthwhile for companies that you work with.
Sure.
So it's a relearning process, but it's also it's for me, it's a break that was sort of like a test. I've considered retiring a couple times in my career in the last, say, five or 6 years. And, I never did and thought about it. And then sort of, I'm so competitive that I get drawn back, and I'm still competitive, but, I can tell you this, having been, almost 2 months now here, or we're going on 2 months without events. There are things I don't miss about tournament fishing. There are things I love about being able to do all the other stuff, which is the Ike Foundation stuff and the Pro Edge and Bass University and Ike Live. And there's something really nice about having that control over your output, and filming content at your own pace.
Yeah.
And fishing for other species.
Come on, Vegas, let's go do something.
Not getting a 2-minute penalty for when the freaking fish hits the carpet. There's something nice about it. And
freedom.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that I think a lot of people are experiencing the same thing. I bet you there are a lot of pro anglers, especially the ones that have been doing it a really long time, that are saying, man, this life without stressful tournaments is pretty nice.
And again, but then you still have to hustle. I mean, you still have
you got to hustle. Yeah.
But it's nice because you're still putting content, still hustling, but it's at the hustler's pace, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And here's the reality of it. It's that when all this is over and it gets back to status quo, when it's all said and done, can you go to your sponsors? Can you go to people that help your business, that support your business, and say, was I as effective during this stoppage as I was when the tournaments were on?
Blockage.
Yeah. Did we do as good or better when we weren't tournament fishing? And if you go to your sponsors and they say yes, then then you got to think about whether you continue to tournament fish or you try to do other stuff.
Interesting. Hey, it's all about the unconventionalness of Mike Iaconelli, where it will come out in the wash. Hey, let's get this is stripped down straight cast, as you can tell, unplugged.
I like it.
It's kind of just me, you, and the Bass Galaxy right now.
Yeah, I've got my Founders right here. I gotta get my plug in. Drinking my Founders. Drinking Rubius tonight.
I see that, and we got our meat, and we have a Shop Carl's and a Crestliner thing right here. So that's
nice.
And a mystery tackle box.
Yes, MTB.
But hey, I want to talk, speaking of boxes, okay? What I want to talk to you about is let's get back in time, like Huey Lewis says, let's get back in time. And I want to talk to you about Pop's tackle box, man.
Oh, gosh,
Pop's I got a Grandpa Paul that was in his tackle box was fascinating to me, man. But I want to go back and just kind of take it from there, because I know the magic of that. Let's call it a toy box, Mike, because that's what it is. All right, and a variation of a toy box.
So unbelievable! It's amazing. I literally as you're talking, I could close my eyes Here's the amazing thing, Pat. I can close my eyes and I could smell the box. I know the smell of that box.
I
And
know, dude. I know.
I don't say that in a creepy way. I say that in an absolutely amazing, great way.
Dude,
that
it's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best, man. Those
It's
old
the
possum
best.
belly double boxes open to Grandpa's you don't know. There's old plastic worms that are stuck to the old plastic. You know, those indentations that were made.
Oh, it's the best. And you got to put everything in context too, because, you know, I think there are a lot of young anglers that grow up and they don't have that mystery of a tackle box with stuff in it. Like, you know, the crew that I grew up with, single, you know, they're raised by single moms. They're very humble backgrounds. None of these guys, you know, like my son Vegas will never know that, right? Jordan Lee and Matt Lee, when they grew up, they never knew that. And that's not taking away nothing from them. I'm not taking anything away from Vegas.
I know.
But they will never know that. But I remember, you know, I didn't have anything. I had like no lures, you know, and that at that age, you know, and that age, my son right now, Vegas is 9. That's such a critical age. You know, it's like that 8 to 10, 11.
Yes, sir.
Man, it's an age where it just, your life is carved very, very much from that age period. And at 8, 9, 10, I didn't have lures or tackle. I didn't have anything. I basically fished with a lot of live bait up to that point with my uncle and my grandfather. And that box was the holy grail, man. And everything that was in it was amazing and new. And like you would look at stuff and be like, oh, wow, what is that? And what does that do? And, you know, it was just so amazing to look in there and not just the bass stuff, everything. You know, I remember Rapala lures. I remember Fred Arbogast jitterbugs in that box. I remember
big musky spinner baits, all kinds of crazy.
Oh yeah, CP swings. There was a fish stringer. There was a fish.
The D-Liar, the Zebco D-Liar.
The Zebco D-Liar was in there. So many cool, amazing things that at that age, it fascinated me and it made me want to fish at a different level. It made me want to collect. It made me want to learn how to fish with an artificial lure. You know what I mean? Like it's again, you know, you take that away. And I don't know if I'm here because that couple years there were so important.
We get lost. We get lost.
Oh,
Mike.
yeah.
And when we get lost, and I hate to sound like hippy dippy, man, but when we get lost in ourselves, we find ourselves in those tackle boxes where us as fishermen, young fishermen, to get lost in ourselves and imagine and creatively visualize. We would take a lure like this, and I don't know which camera is yours, Mike. If it's the
I see it.
Okay,
yeah.
That lure, like right there, that silver. What's that? A 9S?
9S floater.
9S.
A silver black back. Yeah.
Mystical, dude. That's
mystical.
A mystical lure, bro. Come on.
Mystical, more than mystical. You know, I mean, that lure that you held up is the lure that started it all for me in bass fishing. I mean, it honestly is. And I know, here's the other thing. You got a lot of people watching and listening right now, and I'm not the only one. I recently did a presentation at a conference for the MPAA, National Professional Anglers Association.
Yes, sir.
This fall I did one and spoke to a room of over 300 people. And I asked everybody to, you know, if they can remember the fish that changed their life. Can they remember that? I asked everybody to close their eyes and if they can remember it. And like 295 of the 300 remembered it like it was yesterday. And they remembered the lure. Oh yeah, dude! They remember, and I'm talking about 70-year-old men that were in the seminar room. But that lure you held up was the lure that changed it for me.
And mine's right here. I like an old Meps spinner. I mean, I'm sure
Oh, yeah.
you've caught a few in the day. That might even be in
Oh, yeah.
in your panic box.
I've been known. I've been known.
Mine even has a swivel attached to it still, Mike. A big, bulky brass swivel.
Oh, yeah. That's a classic right there.
Dude, here's another classic that I'll bet was in Pop's box. Look at this old spool.
Oh, heck yeah. That's an old one, too.
Of Tri-Line.
Oh, that's an old one. Yeah.
That was probably in the bottom of the possum belly Coleman, wasn't it?
Oh, that was in there. That was it. There's so many amazing. And here's the great thing, it's not just a memory for me now, but I have that box, and I don't remember, Pat, if I showed it to you when you were here last time, but we've got it. It was down in the old Ike Live studio. Now it's up in the Lodge studio, and so nice. Like, I find myself honestly, like, at least a few times a year, I'll be in that space, and it'll be after a show, and I'll see it sitting over there in the display. And I'll go over and I'll just open it and look. And that happens at least a couple times a year. And it's so nice that I physically have it still. And most of the contents exactly the way they were in 1976,
awesome,
1978. Dude. They're the same exact contents in that box. It's unbelievable, man.
That's the mystic, dude.
It's amazing.
Nuts.
It's amazing.
That's why we do it.
By the way, I think they should bring back the button fishing licenses that are in that box.
Okay.
Yeah. Screw this phone license stuff. I want the buttons.
Yeah, we got to wear it. Stamped.
Yeah. So much cooler.
On the vest. On the vest with the little bit of the poofy patch,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Big
time.
You had those. I know you did.
I have it. I still wear that.
Dude, the I don't know if you saw, I snagged one of the pictures from your book of you holding that bass with the little Tri-Line patch that I imagine your mom sewed on there for you, My mom just sewed a Tri-Line patch on a vest for me last week. True story. I swear to God. But, dude, I mean, like, come on, bro. Think about that. Think about that Mike Iaconelli right now. That little Mike Iaconelli right now. Throw in that 9S Rapala. And then here's Mike Iaconelli in 2020. You've designed rods and reels. You've designed baits. You've been an author. You've done television shows. You've been on talk shows. Yeah, damn, dude, come on, bro. Because of a damn fish, Mike.
It's crazy. Yeah, all this from fish. It's crazy. It's very surreal. It's very surreal. And I saw that. I look at all your stuff on social media, and I saw that picture, and it definitely brings you back to. I remember, even though it was a long time ago. I'm probably, I don't know. I'm 10 or 11, 12 in that picture. I don't know. I'm young, but
little Ralph Macchio.
Yeah, no, it brings you back. It brings you back. And I can remember how, once I figured out bass, and once I got I got a magazine.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
I got that magazine from my buddy Tom. And I saw that people are doing this. I just, at that age, like, I wanted the patches. I was like a study from that age on. I was a study of the sport, and I wanted to do it. And it is surreal. It is surreal to think that, a lot of the dreams that I had as a young man came true. A lot of them did come true, and it's pretty amazing. But I can tell you the one thing that hasn't changed, and I can remember back then, the feeling when I caught a fish, and there was no cameras. There was a Polaroid camera, probably, or a Kodak disposable, but there were no cameras. There was no TV. There was no
in your book, you said you had to run back to cabin 3.
Oh, yeah. I had to run back to cabin 3. But I remember the feeling that I had when I landed one. And I can say I was out with Dave Brodzik, Stormtrooper, yesterday, and I still get that feeling when I land one. There were no cameras. Where we went the other day, there were no cameras. There was nobody there.
It's the best. It's the best.
I was on the other side of the lake from Dave. And when I caught that fish, it's the same feeling. That's 40 years ago.
Dude, it's nuts. We had the Uncle Cracker on last week.
Saw that. That's awesome.
It was out of nowhere. It was crazy. But anyway, the point of it is, I told him, I'm like, and you've heard this a zillion times. All of us fish heads have heard it. The tug is the drug. But he never really heard that, you know. But he's like, hey, you are right. That is, and that's the magic of it. What you just said, and take it to Clun. When Clun caught that giant fish in the Classic that year, the one Clausen won, I believe.
Yeah.
You remember the clip? He's like, this is why I do this. This is,
Oh, yeah.
Remember, dude?
Oh, yeah.
I get that from a pound and a half fish in the river. I still get it. Every damn fish. I turn into an idiot every time I catch a bass.
Yeah.
That's why I love it, man.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good feeling, man.
Hey, let's kind of do a Mike Iaconelli 20 questions. Let's get to know Mike Iaconelli a little further beyond Thunderdome. You know what I mean? We know a lot. You're a very visible and easy to find professional angler with all your channels, but let's get deeper. Deeper. All right. So you talk about at one point in your life a security system for getting up on time for a tournament. So you can never miss a derb, right?
Never.
At that point, I think it consisted of like an old-fashioned double bell alarm clock, and then like a clock radio and a call from relatives, and then all kinds of phone a friend, and then right? That was your security system, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. What? So basically, that kept you in check at that point of your life. It got you to the church on time, like David Bowie says. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So at this point of your life, did you hear my voice go like that? Like
I did.
Like Bobby Brady. When
Yeah,
it's time
puberty.
change, you got to rearrange. It was kind of like
I like that.
I don't know what that is. Hey, but what's your security system in life right now? What is it?
Security system in life?
Yeah, what's your security? What is Mike Iaconelli's security system? What keeps you on
yeah.
track, bro? I know Becky, of course, obviously.
Yeah, well, that's honestly is the answer. Seriously, like the analogy you gave is fishing. You have my security blanket for fishing, and it's changed technology now. I still have a security blanket, but it's a little different. But it's for me, it would be, I would even go deeper than just Becky. I would say family. My family keeps me grounded.
Okay.
And the great thing about family, and whether it's my mom, my Uncle Don, or Becky's mom and dad or brother, whoever, is that they love you regardless of if things are good or bad. They're honest with you. They put you in your place when you need to be put in your place. And the best thing about family is it keeps you grounded.
Yeah.
It keeps you grounded because, in this sport, for me at least, with my personality, who I am, highs can be extremely high, lows can be extremely low. And without a grounding force, it would have all fell apart for me a long time ago. And, just to add to that, I've always said this, second to family for me would be the fans, honestly, the fans themselves. And I think about how many people I've met, and, they're the ones that have kept me going all these years, and the stories you hear and how they appreciate what you're doing. God, that stuff is so good. People ask me all the time. They're like, "How do you deal, with the haters? How do you deal with it?" And there's two answers to that, but the main answer is I don't deal with them. I don't deal with them because I don't care.
Exactly.
They don't keep me going. You know what I mean? Like, that's a relative. But the fans, the ones that like what you're doing, that appreciate what you're doing, oh man, it's
Dude,
I can go another 20 years.
it's
you know?
energy, bro. It's all about vibes and energy in this life as well as bass fishing. And this is how I look at it about you. The 9 or 10-year-old Mike Iaconelli in the little Berkeley Trilene vest would stand there at any sports show and sign every autograph for every person in that entire Coliseum, let's say, Mike. That little Mike in that vest would do that. Hey, no questions asked. He would be there until Mom and Uncle Don are tugging that. Come on, time to go. Time to go. All right.
Yeah.
Now it's Becky. Time to go, Mike. Time to go, Mike. Time to go. You're still there.
Yeah.
Signing every damn autograph. The little 11-year-old Mike. He's still there. All
It's great.
I'm glad you have
It's
a
great.
security system. I'm glad you have a security system. The 2002 event, all right, that you won on Seminole.
Yes.
That was kind of the first time I'm like, this Ike dude's cool. Like, I see this guy. I see this dude. All right. You came in, you left hooked Brett Height. You're like, take that, Mr. Take that, Mr. Finesse. I'm cranking, broski. Take that, B Height. Go sit down. I'll have you on one of my TV shows later in life. All right. So, I mean, that was a cool derby. It was a cool derby for your career. It helped solidify things. I do know that. For you personally, it solidified things as well as solidifying you in the public eye.
Yeah. It was a big tournament for me. It was, it was still early enough in my career where, I wasn't, even though I had won a few things to that point, I wouldn't say I was established. And to be able to go outside of your home turf and win somewhere, it was a big deal. That was a big deal. Having a national win was a big deal. There was so many things, but the two things that really, to me, when I look back on that event, the two things that, really were life-changing. The one is up to that point, even, I had won at Champlain in 99. I had won at Federation Nationals, and even those events, I sort of held back a little bit. I held back my emotion for whatever reason, and again, I can look back on it, and I don't think it was right that I did that, but I had it justified in my head why I should hold back. But in that tournament, I was in a different mindset because it was a real rough year for my uncle. That was the year he was really dealing with a lot of his cancer stuff. He was, gone through the treatments, and and we all know somebody that has cancer and has to go through that. But his spirit really, did something to me that year to not only, keep saying, hey, just keep pushing no matter what happens, but it was like a wake-up call to just be yourself. And from this point on, I got to be me. And that was the first tournament where I was really like that. I didn't hold anything back. And so that was big from a standpoint that it was covered on TV. And again, it was great time in the sport and, all that. But the other thing was, and I don't know that maybe I haven't ever said this before. The winnings from that tournament, back then and even now, even though we have some organizations now, like the NPAA and like MLF has an organization that helps the guys save money. Back then, you better put money away because we didn't have no retirement back then or anything. But indirectly, some of the money that I won from that tournament, I reinvested in 10 acres of land in South Jersey on this little lake that I had snuck on a million times as a kid and got kicked off, got the cops called on me so many times. But I got back from that tournament. I had a couple realtors at the time because all I ever wanted to do was live in the country down here and get away from the suburb and the city. I wanted to be out here and live, right? And I mean, the week I got back, the phone rang from one of the realtors I had headhunting property. And he's like, I found some land. I only wanted an acre or two. He's like, I found some land. It's a little more than you wanted. I said, well, how many acres is it? He said, 10 acres. I said, nah, man, that's too much. I think the guy's name was Glenn. I'm like, Glenn, that's too much, bro. I'm like, well, just for shits and giggles. I said, what lake is it? He said, beep lake. And I'm like, my eyes went like saucers. And I'm like, I'll meet you down there. Let's look at it.
Let's take a look, buddy. I'm going to put a trailer on here.
Yeah. But indirectly, you know, it's funny how it all comes full circle. I mean, that tournament win helped me indirectly secure this property, which years later I built a house on. You know, Becky and I built this home, and now I'm raising kids here, and it's literally my dream property.
It's
the
awesome.
Same place I got kicked out of as a kid. Now I can fish it every day. It's
I never knew that. I
unbelievable.
had no idea that you, first off, that part of the money went there to get the property, and second off, I never knew you got kicked off of that lake as a kid.
Oh, so many times. I mean, we would sneak. We're two. I can't get too into it, but there were two ways to sneak in here. But we would get kicked out, and people would be yelling at us, and you know, you can't be here. You gotta leave. And our first response was always, we'd look at our watch and we'd be like, it's 2:00, and just keep walking the other way.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It didn't always work, but
dude, that was a big derby.
Big derby.
A big derby right there, man.
Big derby.
All right, and then we're going to talk about this. It's been talked about a zillion times. You've talked about it a million times, even on this show, but I want to tell you something about this moment where I was like, this is freaking cool. Here comes Mike Iaconelli in a southern bass fishing world at the 2003 Bassmaster Classic, coming out to Eminem.
Yes,
it was powerful. I'm not. It was.
Yeah.
It was powerful, dude. And
Yeah.
then and I think it was like you were up against Gary, right? Wasn't it Klein? Gary Klein?
Yeah.
At 2003, right? He was okay, dude. Like, and then here comes like, and everybody's like, "The hell is this?
Yeah.
What the hell is this shit?" Here comes
Yeah.
that's in the M&Ms. There's that Iaconelli guy in the damn M&Ms on the freaking Bassmaster Classics.
M&Ms, yeah.
So
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I mean, what, you know, and here's the thing too. It was, again, I keep over and over, I'm going to keep saying it tonight. It was that time period. It was that time. It was such a magical time in the sport. And it wasn't just me. It was guys like Ish Monroe and Skeet and, you know, so many guys that were breaking the mold and bringing with them a different feel, you know, to who they were. And it wasn't normal for the sport, you know. So you heard different kinds of music, you saw different styles of dress, and,
laser beams, jumbotrons.
yeah, I mean, you know, so a lot of the stereotypical bass fans at the time were like, their eyes were opened up because they had never seen it before, and not that it was a bad thing, just that they were thrown off by it all. But that was a big event for me. Not, you know, not just the way it played out, but just everything.
You won the damn Bassmaster Classic. Of course, it's an amazing.
Yeah. But I remember, so, you know, everybody assumes that because it's been edited over the years, everyone thinks that in the order how it happened, that I won the Classic, I had the trophy, and then I then I was doing my breakdancing on the stage after I won. Well, that's not true. That's not how it happened. It's actually reverse order. They
pimped you out. They pimped you.
Yeah, so I did my breakdancing on the first day.
Yeah.
And at the time, Fishburne was the MC, you know, and he caught wind that I knew how to breakdance. And so, man, he was hounding me the whole time, like literally from the day I got to the Classic at the hotel. You got to do it. You got to do it. Nah. And then I remember, you know, we have that Classic walkthrough meeting, and we had our meeting, and I remember how they were stressing, you know, look, we're not going to give you a lot of time on stage to thank your sponsors. We're at the Superdome. We're on a different time schedule. It's ESPN Live this year, and we got to get you through, you know, say a couple words, and we got to get you on. And I was like, and that's when it hit me. And then I remember saying, I'm like, and I like cut a side deal with Fishburne, like literally, like went up to him after that meeting. I'm like, Fish, I'm like, listen to me. I'm like, I'll do the breakdancing thing for you, but you got to give me a little bit extra. You got to give me some more time than them other guys up there to say a couple things. I don't need an hour. I said, but you got to give me some time to thank my sponsors, you know?
That's a Jersey
And
move.
I cut a deal with them, and my side of the deal was I had to breakdance. I didn't want to do it.
Dude, unconventional.
Oh God, so funny.
What's Fish doing, dude? He's on the that match fishing.
Yeah, is he still doing? I think he's still doing match, and I think he's still doing a Texas trail down there. He's emceeing for some Texas bass fishing trail.
I used to like Fish's show too when he had a
Fish was a great show. He was ahead of his time.
Yeah,
you know,
he's a knucklehead.
Yeah.
Hey, the 2003 Bassmaster Classic, dude. So that's kind of like where you, from your Northeast background, Northerner, broke into a Southern sport. I mean, really established. Look at this. I'm here. I won the Bassmaster Classic. There was hating going on. You know it, man.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we all, like some of the biggest names in the sport, we're talking shit. All right?
Oh, yeah.
And you're from Jersey. You're thick-skinned historically. You're like us Chicago guys. We don't give a shit what you say, but you can't tell me because of your passion that some of that, it must have hurt a little, Mike. It must have hurt a little bit, dude. I mean, not that you're going into therapy and shit and crying in a corner and punching yourself in the face about it, you know, but I mean, you had to be like, listen here, man. This is what I'm going to do. Maybe that kind of hurt. Am I right or?
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's two parts to that. You know, the one is I wasn't and am not, and there'll be a lot more after me. The only one that had that, you know, rejection or you know, standoffishness. You know, I mean, you can look back to the beginning of the sport. You know, Randall Romig is from Pennsylvania. I'm sure he got some of it in his time. Alfred Williams, one of the first black anglers, I'm sure got a lot of that in his time. Kevin Van Dam, you know, I'm sure, you know, if you pry on him, I'm sure he had a lot of.
He won't admit to it. No, I tried. He wouldn't.
Well, I'm sure when you get some Bud Lights in him, whatever he drinks.
Bush.
Bush. And even now, I think, you know, Jacob Wheeler might be a good example, you know, gets a lot of static and, you know, I mean, that's just part of it. And so I'm not the only one, but the other thing I think, again, it's just maybe my personality, maybe just my background or whatever. I've always, and I'm not saying that none of it affected me or, you know, wasn't hurt by some of it, but at the end of the day, I'm really good at shoveling the negative shit away and sticking with the positive. I'm really, really, really good at it.
You have to be.
You have to be really good at it. And then the other thing too is, you know, I'm smart enough to know I'm a study of other sports. I'm a study of other athletes and other celebrities. And I know how important that other side is, you know? And like I said, it does. I look at my social media stuff and I see them and I just laugh and I laugh. Part of me's laughing and part of me's saying thank you because, you know, you gotta have that, you know, there's gotta be, you know, Tom Brady has it. You know,
everybody got haters. Bro.
Look at celebrities. The Rock. There ain't a damn thing wrong with The Rock, and people find a way to hate The Rock.
Yeah, they're
somehow.
like, oh, he's in too many movies. The guys. Hey, Nick Cage did another movie. What a jerk. Hey.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you know, see, but I repel it pretty well.
Yeah. You did, dude. You did a great job. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm a fan of the sport, dude. You know, I am a freaking bass head, a bass historian.
Yeah.
I have never seen an example of like people like who the hell is this guy? Let's put it this way. Who the hell does this guy think he is? Attitude towards a professional angler as they did towards you.
Yeah.
Man.
And here's the great thing though, Pat. It's like, if you're if you're a flash in the pan or a fly by nighter, or if people feel like you're coming in to take, steal, rape for your benefit and their expense, then they got a right to be mad. But guess what? I'm here. I am 24 years later, and I still love the sport. And I would say that even back then. I'm in it for the right reason. So I've never changed. I'm sort of stayed the course. And when you stay the course, man, it really, really works. I cannot tell you how many people I've met over the years that said, they literally would come up to me and like as recently as the Classic this year and say, used to hate you. And I mean, and they'll go on and say, but this happened or this happened, or I saw this, or,
although
this reminded me, or you aspire, and it's like, damn, I affected somebody to change their opinion of me just by being who I am and by not changing. Man, that's good. That's powerful.
I said this to Zona. He's one of my personal influences on knowing that it was okay to be myself in broadcasting. Okay, it was okay to be me.
Yeah,
it was okay to be this long-haired, crazy bass fisherman whose brain made his mouth say things sometimes. It was okay,
Yeah.
It was okay for you to be that professional angler. You set the path, as you said, for so many anglers that like, I'm me, F you, I'm going to catch fish. Back to the beginning of the show, Mike. It doesn't matter. All that matters is getting the fish in the boat.
Get the fish in the boat.
It's up to you how you do it. It's up to you
right.
how you do it, man.
That's right.
That's the deal.
That's right.
Let's play Mike's top 3. Mike's top 3.
Okay.
All right. And usually we have fancy game show music, but we're just doing this stripped down Mike's top 3. Mike, give me your top 3 chatterbait trailers. Top 3 chatterbait trailers. Bladed jig.
Top 3.
Yeah.
Yep. The deal, I like a trailer that doesn't have too much action. That's the only thing with chatterbait or a lover, bladed jig style bait.
Okay.
You can't overpower it, right? So it limits my trailer selection a little bit, but I'll give you my top 3. Number 1 for sure, without a doubt, or one of the top 3 would be a chigger crawl. It's just such a staple for me on a mini flip jig, on a full size flip out jig, and on a chatterbait and on a lover. I've actually probably caught more on a chigger crawl than any other trailer.
Yeah, dude. And you and then Jordan started doing it because of you. And seriously, I tried it on there. I took a couple 3 casts and I was like, man, I don't know I just didn't have the confidence in it. But I love a chigger crawl on everything else. In fact, I cut little slits in chigger craws and put them in with max scent so I can make them even better. That's a little
that's a good one. I like that.
No, do it in the shop.
Number 2,
was it vertical or horizontal for the chigger crawl? Someone asked.
So honestly, I fish it probably horizontal more, but a sleeper one, and I probably wouldn't even have said this unless you asked about it, is a beaver style bait turned to the side. And really good on a chatterbait as well. So
what are you throwing, like the beast on there, or like?
So I mean, you could throw a lot of different ones, like a D-bomb, a rage bug. Any of those beaver style baits turned to the side is super good on a chatterbait. It's actually a great bluegill profile. It looks phenomenal in the water.
Okay.
Yeah. But number 2 for me would be a grass pig. It would be both sizes in the grass pig, but especially the bigger one. And I usually bite a little bit of it down, but the grass pig on a vibrating jig is unbelievable. It's phenomenal. And then last but not least would be like a minnow style bait, a fluke style bait. Berkeley's got a couple different ones that are minnow style baits, fork tailed style baits. And they have almost no tail action at all in the bait, but it still has amazing action. Like I said, the biggest thing is you just don't want to overpower it with the trailer.
I think they
No.
make it juke a little more. The less action on the trailer makes the bladed jig more erratic, in my opinion.
Yeah, I honestly, Pat, you know this. I use a lot of other baits. I'm not, I'm sponsored by Berkeley on the soft side, Rapala on the hard side. I love their stuff, but I think if you compete and you want to fish the highest level, you have to experiment and own other stuff too. So I'm not a sponsor snob by any means, but I'm honestly going to tell you, I have never, ever, not once fished a Zako on the back of a chatterbait.
Wow.
I don't own a Zako.
Is that right?
I do not own one.
Okay.
I fished a Lake Fork Magic Shad in the past. I've tried that one, but I don't own a Zako. I've never fished one. And at this point, I think, you got to think about how many people are throwing chatterbaits with a Zako on it.
Everyone.
You want to do something a little different,
Everybody is. There's no doubt about it. Hey, real quick back to the trailer. On the grass pig.
Yeah.
Do you keep it boot tail down or go boot up? I know a lot of people go boot tail up on a trailer.
I go boot tail down. But a really big thing up here where I'm from, up on the upper Chesapeake Bay, is gone boot up. And the ripple shad, which is a sleeper Berkeley bait, it doesn't get a lot of play in the bass world. It's more of a predator.
You've been
lure.
winding that thing forever, dude. Before Kitex, before that type of bait.
The ripple shad rigged upside down on a chatterbait is the deal in this part of the world, in the Northeast, especially on the upper Chesapeake Bay.
Is that right?
The deal.
I got a ton of sacks of those downstairs too. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that one. All right, top 3 celebrity babes. Go.
Oh, top three celebrity babes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Pam Anderson, but not new Pam Anderson. I'm going 1980s Playboy Laserdisc Pam Anderson.
With you.
I'm going Tracy Lords roller skate.
Wow, look at you. Okay.
Straight up Tracy Lords roller skate and Tracy Lords. And then I'm going to go old school and go Betty Davis.
Wow. But not Betty White.
Not Betty White. I'm going Betty Davis, Pam Anderson, and Tracy Lords.
With you getting eclectic in your
with the roller skates.
Yes, of course, with the roller skates. Roller girl. Name your. So now let's shift right to this one, which won't be awkward. How about your top 3 proper bassin men right now? OG bass fishermen. Top 3 OG bass fishermen.
Oh man, that's a good one.
See how we just went.
Yeah. Well, Rick Clunn's number one.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, Rick Clunn's always going to be my top guy, and he's still fishing, which is unbelievable. He's still out there competing. I'm gonna go give you a couple that aren't the normal ones. Ron Sheffield. Big inspiration for me. The way he fished, from the fishing side. Stick.
I had posters of Ron Sheffield on my closet door. Yeah, hell yeah.
Dude, Ron Sheffield, don't want to forget him, man. He's and his son's catching them now and killing them out there on the circuit. But Ron Sheffield, big inspiration for me as a kid and amazing fisherman. And then I'm going to go Randy Blockett too.
Dude, Randy's awesome. Randy is an amazing person.
Yep. I'm going to go Randy Blockett for, again, a lot of what he did to get to fish that nobody would get to, doing things that were unorthodox,
unconventional
at the time, unconventional,
filling his boat up with water.
Yeah, posing naked on the cover of a magazine. Come on, it's all breakthrough at the time, man.
Wait, what is it? Wait, what did he do?
He posed naked on a magazine. I can't remember. It was, I don't know, full frontal nudity on a magazine.
Wait, I seriously don't know this. Why do I not know? Why is this real? Or are you telling me another
this is
monk?
real.
This is not a
real.
monk story, right?
No,
like a Buddhist monk story.
No, this is a real story. You need to get Randy on and talk about it. It'd be a great show.
Well, I've had Randy on, but I have no clue about this.
Damn it. You need to get him back on. So and I don't know the specifics. That's why I'd love to hear the story. But apparently, I guess what are we talking about? Early '90s, got to be right. And
Okay.
somewhere in the time context, he did a naked shoot for a magazine. It wasn't the cover; it was on the inside. I don't even remember.
In
Was it
correlation with bass fishing?
No,
Okay.
no. This was a non-endemic, totally not related to it at all. But then, like, he got a lot of slack from his sponsors, and in fact, I think I remember hearing correctly, he lost a few sponsors
Okay.
because of it. But I always was like, man, how freaking awesome, to do something like that, and you got the balls to do it, and why not, the opportunity.
I
thought
like
it was
him even
great.
more now, like, because I thought he was badass because he'd be sitting on his the deck of his boat, and he was sponsored by Mega Bass and had like a giant Bowie knife that he would be using that to like rig up, bro. No scissors, giant Bowie knife.
Yeah,
Cutting shit up.
machete on the front deck. I like it.
Randy Blockett,
Randy
Ron
Blockett.
Sheffield. Did we get them all? Who was
Rick Klein.
And Rick Klein, of course.
You got to put Rick Klein.
Yeah,
And there's so many. I mean,
Pam
Denny
Anderson.
Denny Brower would be on there. Gary Klein would be on there. I got so many from, guys that I looked up to. A lot of them early guys, they were like before I got into it. And I respect them. The Bobby Murrays of the world, and I respect those. I respect the hell out of those guys. But the guys that influenced me are like mid to late 80s to mid 90s. That 10-year span for me they were my guys.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And dude, just so you know, I don't know if you are aware of this. When Glusick and I were sitting down with Dion Hibden at the Bassmaster Classic,
yeah.
It meant an amazing amount of everything, let's put it that way, to the Hibden family, the words that you said about Guido when that all went down. Don't know if you're aware of that or not, but
when I think about the Hibdens and you can affect someone in the smallest ways, like you wouldn't know. A lot of times it's not a matter of like, oh, this guy, gave me this contact or he sent me money or whatever. But literally they were the nicest guys. I was at 2 seminars. One was an old Bassmaster University. One was a sport show seminar that I think was in Harrisburg, or it was maybe the Greater Philly show. And both times after their seminars, they took time to talk to me. Very, very impactful for me. Not just what they said and the direction they pointed me in, but that they took time to talk to me. And again, very, very impactful on who I became as an angler, as a professional angler. So
pretty awesome.
Shout out to Dion, and loved his dad too. He's a great guy.
Absolutely, dude. Hey, so I want to ask you this. I forgot to ask you before when we were talking about it, but that little Mike Iaconelli in the Berkeley vest, like who was your bassin' hero? Your first professional bass fishing hero, like that guy that you read about in the magazine.
Yeah.
Who was that guy?
I mean, there were a lot, but I'd say at the top of the list was Clun.
It's still Clun. Okay, I got
It's still Clun because of the theory aspect to it, and it was like, I can remember reading articles, and he was the first guy that I was able to look at and say, he's putting theory to why he's catching these fish. And he was really very much into it.
And you dug that as a kid too, huh?
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
I loved it. And so much, in fact, that, and I don't know if you probably know, because you're a freaking history buff like I am with the sport, but Clun had a newsletter publication.
Oh yeah, buddy. Yeah.
And so I even got those. I was so into it. And Byron wrote for a lot of them too. Byron's stuff was okay, but Rick's stuff I geeked out on. Like,
dude,
I
his
remember
classes.
they were like paper packets, or whatever.
And then people would like go to his trailer and stay with him. Byron stayed with him, like, and did writing, and then he would teach Takahiro at the compound. It was like they were drinking crazy Kool-Aid, the good kind. You know what I mean?
Amazing, man. Amazing. But I loved Klein. But I tried in that era, late 80s to mid 90s. I literally would try to pick pieces of the guys that I liked the best.
I did the same thing, dude.
Yeah, so I'd
Yeah.
see something that Denny would do, or something that Gary Klein or Shaw, or,
Ricky Green, spinner.
yeah,
bitten.
like you'd pick these little things up, and you would try to emulate that, and so there were so many anglers that were impactful to me as a kid.
Yeah, no doubt, dude. Hey, top threes. Back to it. Top three comedies for Mike Iaconelli.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty easy. I got way more than three, but I'm going to give them to you.
Yeah, give me your top three.
First one isn't necessarily a comedy, but it's in my comedy list. Evil Dead 2 would be in my list.
Okay.
Yes,
Nice.
Evil Dead 2.
I've seen the studio. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's got to be there. I would have to say Spies Like Us would have to be in there.
All right. Interesting.
Pretty good one. And then I'm going to go, man, I don't know if I should go Airplane or History of the World. I'll go History of the World.
Wow.
Yeah.
You went, I did not, I was thinking you were going to go like Step Brother. Like
No,
that.
they're all great. They're all great. But again, these other ones, I was younger. They were more impactful.
Dude, History of the World. That's a good choice right there.
It's a good one.
I'm going to have to, I'm going to quarantine watch that one now. That's a good one. That's a good one for the quarantine. Top three albums, Mike Iaconelli. Top three albums of all time.
Ooh, top three albums. I'm going to have to give you two old school hip hops, and I'll sprinkle in something else at the end. I'm going to have to go Soul Sonic Force, Africa Bambaataa album.
Say that 10 times fast.
Yeah, definitely very, very much on my top 5 of old hip hop albums. I'd have to put Run DMC. I can't remember the name of their first album. The first Run DMC album I heard, I would put up there. First Public Enemy album would be up there too. But I'll give you another one. I'd say Deftones Adrenaline album. Pretty awesome too.
Nice. And you put those in to this day, like every once in a while?
Yeah, I big fan of used to be Backspin. Now it's, I don't know, it's something else. It's 43, 42
on the XM.
43, I think, on
the
XM.
Yeah.
42 is the joint, I think. Yeah. I listen to Backspin a lot, so I get to hear a lot of that good old stuff.
You ever listen
and
to one?
Yeah, and then like two back. So it's great because both my favorite channels are only Backspin's 43, The Joint is 42, which is a reggae channel,
yes,
and then 41 is the metal channel.
Yes, I'm on all those. Yeah.
Yes, so 41 and 43. The reggae one, every once in a while, if I'm feeling mellow, or if Brian the Carpenter and Eric the Intern are around, we put that on. But they're not, you know what I'm talking about. But Backspin and the metal channel are really good.
And what's up? Did I hear Andy's voice?
Yeah, move a little closer to the mic, Pat.
Oh,
and it's Rock the Bells, Mike.
Rock the Bells Radio, LL. That's right. You're right. It is. Rock the Bells Radio.
Do you listen to Howard 100, 101?
I haven't. When Howard was Howard on old school radio, I loved Howard. I loved him. Fa-fa-fooey. But I've lost touch with Howard.
Okay. I think when you start Road Warrior in again, that you need to get a little 100 and 101 in you.
Okay.
On the XM. Just do it.
All right.
Because some of your favorite people that you've even mentioned this evening, Rick Clunn, for one, have been on the Howard Stern Show.
Wow.
Not Rick Clunn.
He has?
I made that up.
Oh, I was going to say, damn it. I missed that
one. No, but you know, I don't know if when Denny Brower was on the show, he let us know that he was doing shots in the alley with the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, at the David Letterman show.
Wow.
Yeah, that's real.
That's awesome.
That's how cool Ozzy Osbourne is, man.
That's unbelievable. How about that?
Hey, top 3 rod and reel combos that are in your boat. The top 3 rod and reel combos.
Top 3, I need a 2 are going to be castings, 1's going to be spinning.
Okay.
In the casting, I want a graphite casting rod to do the hardcore power single hook stuff, and I need a casting rod for crankbaits for treble hook lures. So I'm gonna go 7.4 medium heavy casting rod with an 8.0-1 casting reel. Both of them are Ike Revo, Abu Garcia Ike rod and reel. So 7.4 medium heavy with an 8-1. I can do jigs, swim baits, frogs, swim jigs. I do so many things with that 7.4 and Carolina rig. It's a versatile rod. It's the most versatile rod in my whole lineup. On the cranking side, I'm going to go 7.3 delay rod,
Gotcha.
which is a composite rod. Same thing. I can do with that rod. I can do medium divers, deep divers, square bills. I can do jerk baits. I can do walking baits. It's a versatile rod. The only difference is I'm going to drop down on a gear ratio on that one. I'm going to go 6.6-1 on the Revo Ike because I want a little more power on most of that
I'm with
cranking
you.
stuff.
Yep. Following you.
And then on spinning rod, man, that's a tough one because they're, as you get to finesse applications, I think you get more specific. But you know what? Give me a 7-foot medium action spinning rod with a 20 size Revo, Ike Revo on it.
I'll do anything.
Yeah, braid to a floor leader because I can just do more with it, and I'm good to go.
And speaking of that, we are giving away tonight the X9 and water bug, 10 bags of water bugs.
Yeah,
Berkeley's giving away. The Ginger Ninja's going to text you the winner of that tonight before.
Nice, that's awesome.
But you are you're never shy when it comes to taking some bait designs from Japan. I mean, just plain. You are a JDM freak, bro. You love it.
Oh God, I love it.
I'm
a lure and technique freak. And Japan, South Africa, Australia. The next big thing that I'm working on is from Australia.
Really?
So, oh yeah, I'm a junkie. I love it. I think I've been like the same thing. I've been like this since I was a kid. It's the most unbelievable thing to be able to, tweak stuff, expose stuff, find a better system.
Yeah.
Dude,
you do it with VMC. You do it with Rapala. You do it with Berkeley. You like to bring a little Japanese flavor. You know what I mean?
I like it.
You like to you put the soy and the wasabi in the American baits. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me tell you something right now. And I know some folks from Berkeley are watching right now, I'm sure. So I won't get too specific. But we are currently working on two shapes that, and I know I've said this word before, but I'm going to say it again. And I want you to look me in the eye because I'm serious.
I'm looking at both of them.
We have two shapes we're working on that are game changers.
Game changers.
Game changers. We're working on two shapes. Both of them, I think, have the potential to be the next big thing in soft plastics. And that's really, really hard to do. We've had this conversation before. It's like, you look back, it's like the Sluggo, the Fluke, the Senko, right? There's been
the Cream Scoundrel.
Yeah, there's been like game changers that have really impacted the soft plastic world. I think both of these have the potential to just change things, and we're working on them right now. What's so freaking awesome, man?
What do the shapes rhyme with?
Well, I can tell you, I'll get you a little bit closer. The one shape is definitely is designed to mimic panfish species more than other stuff. A lot of soft plastics, when you look at the shape, you're like, oh, that's a minnow, that's a shad, that's a crawfish. This one is definitely more of a panfish, in that panfish realm.
Okay, I'm thinking bedding bass right away.
Yeah,
I mean that's.
And then the next one, the only thing I could say about it is it's going to give, it might give the chatterbait or the vibrating jig category a run for its money.
Whoa. Interesting.
That's all I can say about it.
Look at you, smirk. Look at you, smirking over there.
The process is fun, though. Honestly, that's a whole. I love the process, man, because I think people think it's like, you have this idea and all of a sudden they create it and it happens like that. But it's a long process. Both of these we've been working on. This has gone on 2 years working on both these shapes, trying to get it right.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You're dude, and I see you're serious business, man. I mean, like, and I don't know what goes on in that garage when McGraw comes over. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, when you guys lock everybody up, I mean, you might let the carpenter in there. I don't know, but I mean, there's some serious creativity.
It's fun in there. We've got some shit really right before, and other stuff we've burned a lot of. I can tell you there are a lot of poor shad wraps. Rest in peace. A lot of shad wraps at the bottom of the lake because of what's happened in that shop.
I saw. I've seen Brian pretty handy with that drill size. He figured it out to the size 5 fine bit that time. Remember? But that's the same guy. Brian the Carpenter's the same guy that opened a mystery tackle box with a Sawzall on the Stray Cast show, though. So
wow,
nice. That's pretty freaking impressive. It
is impressive.
If you ask me,
that is impressive.
Besides your Toyota Tundra, what are your top 3 bucket list vehicles?
Ooh, top 3 bucket list vehicles. Man, an old Camaro. I've wanted an old Camaro since high school.
Okay.
Like a classic, like a 68 or 69 Camaro. That was always a dream car for me. I'd have to put that in there. What's that real boxy Mercedes that is like looks like a Jeep? Is it a G4 G?
Oh,
G-Wagon.
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 They're dope, man. They're dope. I don't even want to own one. I just like to drive it around for like a week.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just I like the look. I like the boxy, squared off look. All these cars now are getting rounded, and like sleek. That John's just boxy.
It's very European. It's very European looking.
Yeah. I like that.
What's
And
the third
then, oh God, I don't know. What am I going to go for the last one? Probably sports car. What's the car Ish had? What do you have?
He's
Ferrari?
got like six
Ferrari.
Porsches. Yeah.
He used to have. He honestly had a black Ferrari for a while.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it's an Italian car. I'd take Ferrari for a little bit, maybe spin around the block.
You know what that means about Ish? That he's not compensating for anything because he drives a tiny car.
Maybe that's what it means. I don't know.
I don't know.
He also has like a 48-foot saltwater boat, so then it goes the other way.
Legend is him and Aaron in bass fishing.
Oh man.
Hey, I got to ask you this, man. You and I have never talked about this before, and I know Andy, what does the arrow mean? Why are you arrowing things? What does that mean, Andy? What does that mean? Are you there?
Heads up on the time.
Oh, heads up. Oh, on the time. Are you doing okay, Mike?
Yeah, I'm doing good. And I have a winner too. I don't know when you want me to announce it, but I do have one of the winners of tonight's contest.
Oh, all right. Well, let's let that fly. Let's let it.
So I have officially the winner, the Berkeley winner. Is this the only winner, or is there more than one?
We got a Bubba and Hank beef tonight too.
Okay, well, this is the Berkeley winner.
Yes,
I guess for the water bugs and the X9 is Caleb Spire. You are the winner tonight, Caleb Spire.
Spire.
Yeah, send your information over. We'll get you hooked up.
Yeah, and then Kate from Professional Edge hooks him up.
Oh, Kate's hooking him up. Okay, Kate will hook him up.
Yeah, well, they'll get the info.
I don't know.
Yeah, they get the info to us, and then we get it to Kate, and then Danny gets it to Kate, and then Kate gets it to them, and then I call them, and then they get it to Kate, and then Kate gets it back to me, and then we get it to the people that won the contest.
What a process.
Yeah, it's amazing though. It's very efficient. I must tell you. Hey, do you consider yourself a spiritual person, Mike Iaconelli?
I'm a spiritual person. In ways I am.
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I think, everybody has their own ways of being spiritual,
Sure.
So, mine might be a little different, but I'm a spiritual person. Definitely.
Give me, like, so for example, here's how I feel about spirituality. All right. That first off, that life is easier if you put your life in a higher power's hands, whatever that might be. And I also believe that that basically that your higher power does not speak to you like as a burning bush. Like it's not going to be, Mike, go to the back of the pocket now. You know, it's like, but it's more or less through other people or situations.
Yeah.
Do you agree or disagree or have a variation of that?
I mean, my thought is that, and I've experienced this my whole life, is that, when things are supposed to happen the way they're going to happen, it happens on its own, right? Like good and bad. It's almost like, and I'm a control freak, and so is my wife, and that's just our personality. But, at the end of the day, it's what's going to happen is going to happen, and, it's sort of been my motto, and Becky's motto is you work hard, work really, really hard every day, and be a good person. And when it's meant to be, it's going to be. And when, and I've seen it happen so many times in tournaments, you can't deny it, that when it's your time to win, you win. And when it's not, you're not going to win. And that's just the way it is, And it puts me at ease a little bit. I'm still like I said, I'm still very competitive, and I want to win. And when I don't win, I'm mad, and I want to learn something from it, and I'm mad because of that. But at the end of the day, I'm able to step back and say, man, that wasn't my time to win, man. It wasn't my time. Or was my time to come in second, or was my time to bomb? And that's just the way it is,
Are you? I mean, I think this is an obvious answer, but you are your own worst enemy, aren't you?
Oh yeah, yeah. But it's what makes me who I am, and everybody has something that makes them tick. And you've had so many people on the show. Everybody's wired a little different, and one person's calm is their success. Their success.
At the foe,
like at the foe, right? At the foe, very calm no matter what, good, bad, indifferent, very steady, and that makes Ott a champion. But for me, it's the opposite. It's that other side of it, and if you take that away, I'm not the competitor I am, and it's just the way I'm wired. So if I tried to stay even keel like Ott, honestly, if I did that from the beginning of my career, I'm not saying I would have never won, but I wouldn't have won 12 majors. I wouldn't have won the Classic.
And you might have imploded.
I might implode. I don't know. I might have ended up on the crappie circuit. Who knows? But
you and Wally Marshall.
Yeah, me and Wally together. That burn, when things are good or bad, that's how I'm wired,
Dude. And that wiring, that unconventionalness has led to, dude, this is crazy now. This is crazy talk. Are you ready for crazy talk?
Yeah.
Mike, you're a freaking bass fishing icon and a legend.
Get out of here.
You are, dude.
Nah, you said that, and Brian, what did Brian put in the post? F off or something?
It's because he's your friend. Yeah. But you are. I mean, and you know what? To him, you are too. Because here's the point, man. Like you said it at the beginning of the show. I don't care if it's me, Bass Fishing Talk Show host, Buddy, Brian Stockel, or Jerry from the Toledo, Ohio Sports Show. Dude, it's kind of messed up that you're a bass fishing legend and icon. I just think about it. Dude, it's amazing. I mean, messed up in a great way.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I try not to think about that too much. And the other thing I always say, it's like, it's just fishing, man. If it was, if I was a brain surgeon, it might feel different. Or if I was, a top brass in the military, might feel different. But it's just fishing, and it's something that I like to do, and I love to do, and I'm passionate about it. This is dude, this is my hobby.
It-
My hobby is my job.
Dude, it's so amazing. And here's how it's nuts. Here's how I look at it too. Now I'm just a little bitty piece of the pie bass fishing talk show host, but the fact of the matter is, it's still a lot of this is work. Okay, a lot of it, whether you're a competitive angler, whether you're involved in the media, whatever it is, it's work. But it's only work before you do it. Once you start, it's only work when it's on paper. It's only work when they say, Mike, write a book. It's only work when they say, Mike, design this laser lure. It's only work. Did you get that right there, Mike?
Yeah,
Mike,
I saw that.
Design this laser lure.
Was that really a laser lure?
It's really a freaking laser lure. I kid you not, the laser's broke, but that's a damn.
Wow, it is a laser
Dude,
lure.
it
Look
even
at
has
that.
the bonnets on the hook still.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
But the fact of the matter is, dude, there it is.
Yeah.
Bass-
I don't know. I'm really, 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 really lucky to have had a career in this sport this long, and it's been fun, man. If it for some reason ended tomorrow, I'd really, really had a good run, and I'm happy. I wouldn't do anything over again. Wouldn't change anything. It's been awesome. Hasn't felt like 23 years.
Isn't that nuts, dude?
It felt like I don't know, like maybe 5, 10, 10 tops.
Was
You
it
know?
98, 99 on Champlain? Is that like when that's a long time ago.
It's forever ago.
It's freaking forever ago.
We got people working in the company with us that were born.
I know, exactly. When did you win your first boat? Like, what year was that?
It was 1994.
You're freaking old, Iaconelli.
I'm old. I know I am old.
So you're gonna be sitting around and you're gonna be out with Vegas the Hammer on your behind the house. You're gonna be like, hey, your old man won a boat in '94, kid? You'd be like, so what?
Dude, talk about coming full circle. The boat he's fishing off of is the boat that I bought and I've had since 1990.
I know.
And he's fishing off of it.
I know. He owns it now. You mean
owns
that's
it.
his boat?
It's his. I
That's
did
no
have to
longer
give it to him.
yours, dude. That's no longer your boat.
I
so-
had to go and do another tiny boat build for my own because he stole mine. So it's crazy.
Hey, dude, I want to tell you one thing. I love Ike Live. Okay.
Thank you.
And here's why I like Ike Live. It's not necessarily like I think, and don't take this in any way bad. I think Straycast is a better interview show. Okay.
I'd agree.
Now, I think that Ike Live is a better story show. Like, I love the freaking stories. Whether they're stories with the professionals that you have on, like, okay, you know a lot of shit, man. So it's the stories about those professionals, or here's my absolute favorite, man. Stories about you, Brian, Dave, John, Pete, all the BS, man. Because, like, when you guys are laughing, when you guys are laughing, like, sometimes I think that Ike Live might just be an excuse for you to hang out with your buddies.
It might be.
This is like come on over, guys. We're going to have fun, and let's talk about the stupid shit that Fathead did that time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Dude.
It's fun. It's been fun. It's just like a lot of the other stuff we talked about. It doesn't really feel like work. It feels, like you're in a room with your friends, drinking beer, talking stories, and it's nice because I think the one thing we've done right with Ike Live is we've opened up the boundaries on what we talk about, and that's been really, really good.
Yeah.
We love to talk about techniques and fishing techniques, but the other stuff is really, when I look back on the 6 years of Ike Live, some of the best shows, we just get off topic and we're not even talking about fishing. We're in a different realm.
Exactly.
And it's great to hear those stories from people, and it's been fun.
That's
it's
what
been
conveys. We
fun.
need more Ike Live. That's what I'm getting at. Give us more Ike Live.
Yeah, well,
Give
it's
us-
there's a good possibility you're gonna get a new one this Sunday. I feel like we might have a new show this coming Sunday. So
Is that an announcement about an announcement?
could be an announcement about an announcement.
Okay.
once we get this river flowing again over here, we're gonna start pumping them out. So
Awesome. Good, man. Dude, Mike, anything you want to say to the Bass Galaxy before we get the hell out of here tonight?
yeah, say ho,
Say hey,
say ho,
Hey.
ho.
oh,
Hey guys,
hey, Ryan. That's
Before
Ryan
you go.
Popcorn Whitaker.
before you go, what's up, Mike?
What's up, man?
Hi, Pat.
Hi, Ryan.
Mike, two things. The second book, couldn't be more excited.
Yes.
I can read my second book ever.
Yes.
But no joke, that book changed my life, man. I'm sure I'm not the first person to tell you this, but
Thank you. Thank you.
I learned how to navigate Bass Nation or the Federation at that time by reading your book. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Like that's what started.
That's awesome.
There's an example.
And then the other thing,
That's three
history
things.
of the world over airplanes. Really, you can't be serious.
Airplanes in the top 10. History of the world. I mean, they're both right there. You got to remember.
You were like going for the dunk, and then
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen smacked it away.
I know. Well, British humor sometimes is funny. Like you got to remember, when I was a kid, I watched Benny Hill nonstop. Most kids were
Okay.
watching
Dude,
cartoons,
me too.
and I was watching Benny Hill, waiting to see a nipple slip.
Exactly,
You know what I
and
mean?
Monty Python, because you would see nips on Benny
Yeah.
Hill for sure.
Yeah, I just keep my fingers crossed. Come on, I got to see a nipple.
It's like watching
That's
Spectravision
better
through
than
the.
watching like the bad reception team try to see a nipple.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, do you really quick? Do you want to know an interesting stat about your Bassmaster career?
Sure.
Wait, hold on, Ryan. Did you probe
Yeah.
Ronnie Moore for this stat?
I probed him hard.
Did
Yeah.
you?
Ooh.
Okay, good. I figured.
Yeah. So you fished 250 derbs,
In
20
BASS.
classics, 8 wins, 68 top tens.
Okay.
And,
Damn.
and that's known. You can look that up. You caught 8,247 pounds of bass,
Whoa.
and you won $2,650,000.
Okay. Okay. Public knowledge.
Wow.
Public knowledge.
That comes out to $321 a pound.
Whoa. Hey, Becky,
do you
did
think
you
of
hear
that?
that, Beck?
That's crazy. It
That's
definitely, dude. It definitely sounds way more impressive than those gold mining shows where they go all year mining gold and they get all this giant pieces of equipment. And at the end of the season, they show you a little vial that big full of gold dust.
Look what we
Yeah.
did.
Like what?
Yeah, it's like two cents a pound. Yeah.
Why'd they do that?
That's a lot of money a pound, Mike.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's all right.
Crushed
man.
it.
There
Yeah,
it is.
that's
Unreal.
a high number too. We do this with everybody.
Wow,
It's up there, man. Especially for 250 tournaments. The more tournaments, it usually goes down. But
that's crazy. Well, I can tell you this. I hope that before my career is officially over, I get to up that number to maybe 300 tournaments. I got 250 now. I'd like to end on a nice even number.
There you go,
See if
yeah.
I can get in 50 more bass tournaments before I'm
yeah,
gone.
man.
Absolutely. Mike, thank you, dude, so much for your support of my endeavor since day one, dude. From the old radio show, the Bass Buzz, to up to this Stray Cast thing, to you, your family, for your opening your home to me and the rest of the crew, dude.
No problem.
It means a lot, bro. It
No
really
problem.
does.
Our pleasure, man. We love you. We love the show. You got a great show. I'm on a lot of shows, and this one, I told you this before, I have a lot of fun when I come on
Thank you.
Straycast. So thank you.
That's why I started this. It's for you
Yeah.
guys to have fun and not have to answer Sluggo, Senko, and Slip Sinker questions. Okay, Mike?
That's for Bash University.
But it works there. It works there. Ladies
It
and
works
gentlemen,
there.
Mike Iaconelli. Yes, thank you so much, Mike.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you Sunday night.
See you,
Take
Mike.
it easy.
Peace.
We'll see you.
That's Mike
Thank you.
Iaconelli. Hey, don't go anywhere. Put the power poles down. When we get back, we have another prize winner, a Bubba and Hanks prize winner, as well as an MTB unboxing. And I'm going to give this MTB box away too. I might as well. So go ahead and just comment MTB in the comments, and I'm going to give this away if you're sticking around for Fun Stew and Giggles Dumplings. I'm Pat Renwick. I'll see you in a minute. Boom.
As a professional angler, I rely on my equipment to be successful on the water, and my eyewear is no exception. Oh, yep, good one. 6 pounder, 7 pounder. From daylight till dark, every single day of my life. In the truck, on the water. My Amphibia eye gear provide 100% polarized protection. They're ANSI safety rated for impact, and best of all, they float.
Step up your game. It has been said that professionals are only as good as the tools they work with, and Alpha Angler has developed the ultimate set of tools for you, the competitive angler. Alpha Angler custom rods, brought to fruition by the passion of master craftsman Jake Boomer and 2017 BASS Angler of the Year Brandon Palaniuk. Alpha Angler rods are custom made in the USA. Designed and engineered to be perfect, Alpha Angler utilizes a very unconventional approach to making the very best bass rods, from drop shotting to flipping. Alpha Angler's focus is on building perfectly balanced tournament-grade bass rods at an affordable price. Join the Alphalution today and purchase direct at alphaangler.com. Step up your game. alphaangler.com.
Bite me! It's a command to the fish. Quality jig heads with quality components. With tried and true tackle like the Big Dude Goby head, the Hunter or Jacob head, or all new tackle like the Jackpot Ned head or Buster swim bait head. Bite me! It's a command to the fish. Get the lead out and visit bitemetackle.net today.
Hey guys, Micah Frazier here. I've got a bait from War Eagle Baits called the Buzz Toad. Big thing lately has been putting a toad style bait on a buzz bait, and preferably it's my favorite way to fish one. This bait here's got a quick planing head, a great hook, and it squeals right out of the package. The body of this bait is big and bulky, so it allows you to skip it. It planes quicker than a skirted bait would. In my opinion, it's just the way to fish a buzz bait. So y'all check this thing out. It's pretty awesome.
Throw farther, get some Kevin Van Dam's line and lure. You can launch it a mile. Still going. Well, better stick to fishing.
The swim jig technique is one of the most successful ways to put fish in the boat. Time in and time out, Brovani Baits swim jigs are just the right tool for the job. Beaming with quality, the Brovani swim jigs come in a myriad of colors, feature the best premium hooks and solid trailer keepers to give you, the serious bass angler, the confidence you need to accomplish your goal of putting more fish in the boat. So go to BrovaniBaits.com and start climbing the ladder to swim jig success.
All right. Pretty good. Pretty neat. I'm sitting here. I got the power poles down in the crest liner. And I was thinking about my buddy, Dan Bravarni. I was thinking about my buddy. Look at Danny and Ryan all worried about the damn Bubba and Hank's prize.
Tell Danny to move over.
Danny, move over and don't worry about the Bubba and Hank's prize.
Go to your right.
Danny, move to by the sea in Chicago. Yep. Yes. To your other. Go to the kitchen at your house. I was thinking about my buddy Dan Bravarni.
And then you got to unmute your mic there.
Talking about Dan.
So what? Thanks, Ginge. Way to keep that in line.
Am I back
So I was
live?
talking. Way to go, Ryan. Way to go, Ginge. Way to go, Dan. The I was thinking about my buddy Dan.
Everybody's back.
I was thinking about my buddy Dan Bravarni. And Danny, what do you think I was thinking about Dan Bravarni? Exactly.
obviously
That's exactly what I was thinking. That
Swim jig excellence.
Dan, I was thinking, Dan, when you get in a fight with a wood chipper, you're never going to win. You're never going to win. You will never win. Ryan, will anyone win a fight with a wood chipper? Even Dan Bravarni with his superhuman strength?
No, and he's in rough shape right now too. He broke a rib, a couple ribs.
Well, the true story is
There's got to be some analogy.
He gave a rib. He gave a rib to create another superhuman jig fisherman. As controversial as that may be, and unconventional. It's a true story.
You serious, Clark?
That's a true story I just made up. I shit you negative, Popcorn Whitaker. But no, seriously, Dan did get hurt in a fight with a wood chipper and busted a rib up.
Those things can mess you. Those are dangerous material. That's a bad piece of equipment. Like,
yeah. So everybody keep Dan Bravarni in your thoughts and your prayers. Also, of course, continue to keep Ron in your thoughts and your prayers, and also Mr. Shaw Grigsby, who is hospitalized right now. Keep him in your T's and P's. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
you know what I mean. So is that why? Are you guys freaking out about our new sponsor, BubbaandHanks.com, and 15% off by using redemption code FISH?
We love.
So
Bubba
is that why you're freaking out though? Because you think that
we're not freaking out about the 15% off.
No, but you're freaking out about the
promotion
prize.
code FISH.
You're freaking out about the prize. Because the winner stepped up from last week. Who's the winner from last week?
Matthew Eichinger. Matthew Eichinger.
Bless you. What did you? Matthew Eichinger.
It's a Matt with one T. M-A-T. Matt.
Oh, Matt.
One T.
Like
one
flipping
T.
mats. Like we like to flip mats.
It's Matt who? Matt Hugh.
Okay, so he won last week. He's the second Bubba and Hank winner from last week. Now, BubbaandHanks.com. Check out the Wagyu. Wagyu? Why not Wagyu? What is that thing again, Ryan?
Wagyu or Wagyu.
Ryan, you could pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's Wagyu unless your friend asks you to.
It's Wago. It's Wagyu.
No, it's Wagyu.
Ryan, you're way going out of line on this. Ryan, it's way. Slow this down on
Are we in slow mode?
Slow this down on iTunes.
Yeah, have we ever told anybody to do that? Anyways, that's like the funniest thing ever. You slow it down a notch. It makes everybody hammer.
It sounds amazing, actually.
It's really good.
I don't listen to Straight Cast except on slow-mo, honestly. So, the deal is that we're giving away another Bubba and Hanks. Vince at Bubba and Hanks, and of course Bubba and Hank themselves. Amazing gentlemen. Bubba and Hanks, veteran-owned, 100% Patriot beef. No better tasting beef than Patriot beef. Homegrown, that's right. Plant that bell and let it ring, just like Neil Young says, right, Ginge?
That's right.
Hey, so let's give away another card coupon for Bubba and Hanks. Who's the Bubba and Hanker?
Do you guys have a name?
I got it.
You guys were too
it.
busy talking on the phone, worried about stuff.
Trying to figure this out.
Did you see how they did that, Ginge? It was like really a big deal.
No. I have the winner. Ready?
Okay, go ahead, Dan.
Rob Santos. Rob Santos, you won.
Rob Santos.
Rob Santos.
That's how you do it, right there.
You want Rob Santos? DM us. You have won $50 worth of Bubba and Hanks Wagyu beef.
50 bones
Congrats.
worth of Bubba and Hanks.
All right, get that box open.
No,
Meet at your door.
no. How awesome
meet-
was Mike Iaconelli?
He was
Awesome.
phenomenal.
Dude. So I don't know. We've seen a lot of Mike lately. I mean, but I don't think we've seen that side of him in a while, you know?
Oh man,
I mean, especially
he always shows up.
and we
Always shows up to play.
we even had a damn laser lure for him.
Yeah.
He does have 2 books though.
Yeah.
Already out.
He already has 2 books.
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
other
What-
one?
Why do I not know about this other one?
I'll bring it whenever we can see each other again. It's the Art of Finesse.
Please do.
The Art of Finesse.
Oh. Yeah, I do know that one. That's not a real book.
It's a book. It's got a cover.
Is it a paperback or a hard?
It's got a cover and there's words in it. It's not just
Really?
pictures.
Cover
Is it on
words.
tape?
I do have it on tape.
Andy, can you move the mouse real fast so I hurry up with this mystery tackle box unboxing? Thank you. That'll get me moving faster. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Get the wheel turning.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Now I have the mystery tackle box here in the safe house. And those guys that unfortunately you guys don't have a mystery tackle box there. But I am going to custom pick some baits, and I want you guys to talk about them. Okay? So I'm putting on the old spectacles here, so I can get in depth. The first bait that I will pick for myself out of here. Oh, look at that! A vintage Bagley Balsa B3.
That wasn't in there.
That was.
No.
Oh my God! Mystery tackle box is amazing. There was actually a vintage Bagley Balsa B3 mint, never fished, original OG hardware in the mystery tackle box. One of a kind. Must have been the special one they sent to the Stray Cast studio.
Liar, liar, torn apart jeans on fire.
Torn apart jeans on fire. Freaking Mohan. Old Dickie Mo. Just for that, Dickie Mo. What I am picking for you, all right? You motorboating son of a bitch, you. You ready?
Yeah, let's see it.
Here it is. It's the motorboating son of a bitch. That's the name of this bait.
Oh.
You thought
Is
I was
it-
like saying things about you. I wasn't.
It's
That's
got-
the
it's
name
got
of
the-
this lure. It's
Yeah, it's
like
got
it's basically a sluggo type or almost a modified Senko type bait, but reminds me of the OG sluggo. But on the back of it, dude, it has a little prop. It has a prop like a Teckle Sprinkler. Like
the buzz flute.
The tinkle sprinkler?
the tinkle me sprinkler. Yeah, but it's plastic like
The sphincter frog?
dude. It's a hard plastic.
Okay.
This is a motorboating son of a bitch. Is the name of the boat or the name of the lure?
It's not some bitch.
Some bitch. Yes.
Motorboat some bitch.
Yes. But
Song
the
gone.
oh dang, I dropped it. Hold on a second. I'll be right back.
Ma, pick up the pick
I'm
up the
back.
thing.
So okay, Danny.
Yeah.
Can you kind of see the Andy? What camera is the
You're right. You were right the first time. There
Okay.
you go.
Another one.
Nope.
You're right.
Nope.
No.
Back.
Yep.
Just
This.
stop,
There you go.
stop moving. Stop moving.
Okay,
I see.
right there,
Ah,
Dan. What's
yeah.
your deal? What's your plan of attack?
Now show everybody else.
Gosh, that's an interesting bait.
Yeah.
It runs like a buzz bait. I mean, it's got the
Totally
buzz bait,
weedless, bro. I mean, you could bury the deal. So it reminds me of a sluggo
Teckler.
a sluggo tickle sprinkler, and I am going to
That's-
recommend this.
You nailed it. You nailed that. That's the sluggo Teckler.
Okay, so Danny's lure goes in the pat pile. Very good, with the
pat
original balsa B,
The pencil speckle.
the pencil
That's it.
speckle. The real name of this,
Andy nailed it. The pencil speckle.
the pencil speckle. And
That's-
the
pencil
real
sprinkler.
The real deal is it's called the motorboating son of a gun. Go to Carl's, Google motorboating son of a gun. The next deal is uh-oh. Hold on a minute. We're saving that right here. We're saving that one. Ryan,
Yep.
now
What do you got?
this is a Guggen bait.
Okay.
Guggen rhymes with Snuggen,
What
and
is a Guggen anyways?
Snoogans. Well, I don't know what Googans are, but I know Snoogans are Snoochie Boochies from Jay and Silent
Bob.
Jay and Silent Bob meet the girl that was cold because she was evidently cold. Jessica Alba, that's her name. Anyway,
Jennifer Aniston.
So Jennifer, hair burning. Ryan, look at this.
Jennifer Albison.
Ryan, look at this bait right here. It's a little Guggen mini crank, equivalent of, I would say to you,
there you go.
A 1.0 size.
Oh.
Type bait. It appears to be a little deeper diver though.
How depth?
I am going to call this. I am going to call this a depthedness of 6 foot on 12.
Okay.
And it's in a 1.0 size.
So a round body, would you say? Not a flat?
It appears to have like a modified roundness. If I could give you a comparison to an a modified roundness, similar to a SKT Mini, for real. You know how an SKT Mini is modified round. It's not flat, it's not round, it's in betround. So in betround. Ryan, talk to me about a bait like this. What are you doing with it this type of year?
Oh God, if that goes 6 foot, I'm gonna throw it in a lot of places.
Yeah, talk to me.
Springtime right now, when that grass is just starting to come up on the flats, you want to tick that grass on those 5 foot flats, 4 foot flats.
Okay.
Rip wrapping,
and
around Lake Calumet, and for any of you locals, golf course.
And
golf course rip wrap.
Let's talk about a classic color as well, Mr. Whitaker.
Yes,
sour
sir.
Grape, purple back, chartreuse.
That color is actually in the rule book, isn't it?
It actually is, right next to Homer. To Homer. And that one goes in the Pat pile. In the Pat pile.
You need, if there's one thing you need, it's cranks.
The Pat pile's overflowing. The Pat pile runs out of his back.
Now, I am not going to say anything about these lures right here, except they're going in the Pat pile. And yes, and these are craw tubes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Throw those.
Thank you. Thank you.
You never throw
Thank
those,
you
though.
and thank you. Thank you, Mystery Tackle Box. Thank you, Catchco, for putting those in there. Okay.
What about all the ones you ganked out of my bag yesterday?
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you were talking about. Mr. Ellenberger.
Craw tube horker.
Leaves me to you, Mr. Ellenberger. You look like a guy. I'm gonna go retina scan on you like I did with the there it is. Oh, there he is. Oh, Jesus, criminy. I'm going retina scan on you like I did the National Professional Fishing League guys, and I got in my hand, Ginge. I'm not gonna kid you. Another Guggen bait, that I actually know you purchased a few of these from old Carl, or I should say you when Carl wasn't looking. you kind of took them from Carl, but anyway, the juice jig, the Guggen juice jig. Dude, I'm not going to kid you. That's a pretty good-looking freaking jig. I know Ryan's going to attest to that, too. Danny's just looking
jig.
dumbfounded, like the cat's licking his toe. And, Ginge, talk to me.
So, what's nice about that, it's like a modified Arky jig.
Okay.
So, it's coming through everything.
Yeah, dude.
And you know where I'm at, so it's nothing but
Stuff.
sticks and stuff.
Stuff.
God knows what else.
So, it goes through grass, it goes through wood, it goes
Everything.
through...
Very versatile jig. So if you are limited to a few jigs, I would definitely try that one out.
Now, the Guggens do fish. They don't just do lifestyle videos.
Yeah.
Oh, they fish.
They fish, and they make some damn
Fishermen.
good jigs, apparently.
It's not that weird. It's
Yeah,
got
JP and I
brown-
actually had a sneak preview of that jig
Yeah.
a few months before it came out, and we were both like, yeah.
Nice.
That's a good
Well, I'm going to tell you, Ginge, it's going in the
Get out
Pat
of there
pile.
and Look at the weed guard though. It's unique because it's rounded off.
Yes.
Oh,
Rounded
yeah.
off fluorocarbon
Yeah,
weed
it's
guard.
but
Yeah.
Interesting.
yeah, it's pretty unique.
Interesting. Boom, there it is.
That's a skipper and a half, man.
So everything else I took and I put in my pile, of course, but I want to show you.
Where's the sticker though?
Huh? Oh, the sticker that's in my pile. That's
What?
The sticker.
What would you do with that sticker, Pat?
This sticker right now. I want.
How would you use that?
Huh?
How would you use that sticker?
Well, I think, of course, I would Texas rig it on a 5/16.
Yeah.
I mean, what else? What else? But this is basically RoboBass in this month's RoboBass in this month's MTB. And then what else is in here is another unique plastic bait that, again, bro, it's going in my pile, and it's Ryan, you're gonna want this, but you can't have it. You can't have it.
That's pile's awfully lopsided.
No, my pile. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's getting
pile's
heavy.
good. Basically, all the winner of this box is getting is a Booyah Buzz bait. Sorry, that's all you're getting in a box. In a box. But
Does it have the clacker on
Ryan Whitaker, Google this shit. Are you ready? Okay. This is the Vertical Lures something. It's the Vertical Lures something. It's a craw.
What?
It's a craw tube, bro. It's a
Vertical
freaking. I got
Lures,
2
bro.
packs of craw tubes in
Oh,
one.
yeah.
In one damn MTB unboxing.
We looked those up yesterday.
Vertical Lures.
Yeah.
Hey.
Good looking craw tube.
I'm telling you. There it is.
Ooh,
You could probably jube with that.
Dude,
found
it's
it.
a total juber.
I found it.
It's a
There it is.
It's
No, that's not it.
No, that's it.
It says Vertical Lures tube.
That's
craw
it.
Tube.
Danny's got
Oh.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's a different one.
Yeah,
Then.
the one
We
you
were
and I
a
were
different
looking
one.
at was Carl's. That's the one
Okay.
that Carl's baits. But this one, it's pretty unique, and I have a feeling that Danny Mohan will probably beat Ryan Whitaker in the next CalSag Bass Anglers Open tournament with this bait right here.
Oh, is that skinnier, Pat?
Dude, it is just it
So
is
it's like a brush hog style body.
There's
a
Carl.
little thicker.
Carl's saying that's the tube.
a little thicker than than the brush hog.
Okay.
Solid head that goes down probably half
right
of the body.
Interesting.
Okay. To the hollowness. It looks like a freaking awesome flip bait. I'm not gonna kid you. It looks really good. Check that out. The Vertical Lures deal.
Are you gonna throw it?
Yeah, why not?
You should throw it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we got another one downstairs. We got another one of these boxes downstairs because we're giving this box away. Now, did anybody follow? Did anybody follow directions? I'll put it all back in. Here we go. Did anybody follow directions? Did anybody share or say Carl's? What did I tell him to do?
MTB, one guy.
One guy did MTB.
Andy, say it.
It's a coin flip.
Wait, what do you mean?
There was only 2 guys that did it.
That said they didn't follow directions?
Really?
I have way more people saying it on my end.
Let's give them 20
Really?
seconds. This is your 20-second warning to enter.
20. What? You're only seeing 2 people, and then JP says he sees 5 million. Come on,
Yeah, at least
Andy,
at least,
refresh.
At least 50 did it.
At least 50.
Well, randomize it.
Right.
Go ahead.
Hit the miser.
All right, give me 10 seconds, please.
All right, you got it. I'm not giving this person this Balsa B3 though. Sorry, you do not get this.
Well, it came in the box though. I thought
It did.
Yeah,
I
it was
will.
in the box.
What number is the color though?
This is an 09 chartreuse blackback. Thank you. Orange throat. Not orange throat. Not entire. This is original 09. Original 09 just had orange throat. The evolved 09 had an entire orange belly. Just like
no.
just like the
Not-
Chacachuchi color Strike King, and
No, everybody's following the directions perfectly right now. Since you said it, everyone's following
like what were they
directions
dummies before? Like I'm giving everybody like how much is this box worth? $100 or
They were
something?
just so intrigued with the opening.
Well,
as soon as you said it the first time, it blew
At
up.
least now they know what the contents are, though.
Yeah.
That's what matters. Now they know what's in it.
So I'm not giving you guys my MEP spinner with the swivel either. You're not getting that. You're not getting the Mike Iaconelli Rapala 9S either. You're not getting that. You're not getting this Rick Clunn Pose flat side crankbait. You're not getting.
Hey,
that.
you know what?
You're not
I
getting
totally
a Johnson
forgot.
Silver Minnow. They're not getting a Johnson Silver Minnow either, Rye. They're not getting
You
it.
know-
They're not.
Where's the
Danny-
white grub on the back of
Danny,
that thing?
They're not getting Danny. They're not getting this tiny baby N. They're not getting it, Dan. They're not. No, they're not getting it. They're not getting it. They're not getting this red Bic pen, Danny. But you know what they're getting? The entire contents of this mystery tackle box. And he's a very fortunate man today. May I remind you that I am allowing JP High to give the winner of this contest on the Stray Cast Show.
All right, go.
JP, who's the winner?
Anthony Saccatelli.
Anthony Saccatelli.
That's not Iaconelli.
Anthony
Saccatelli.
Saccatelli. Anthony Saccatelli, you won the mystery tackle box compliments of the Ketchco Corporation and the Straight Cast Bass Fishing Talk Show mystery tackle box deal extravaganza. So there we go. There we go. All right.
You know, when you guys were
back in
taking a
seminary
trip
school,
down memory lane with the vintage stuff, I pulled out the vintage jackets and I totally forgot.
Man, I'm
I had
telling
the
you.
tri-line jacket.
You got a tri-line jacket over there and everything, man.
I had the denim.
I like your dad's fishing jacket. It's like Fighter's dad's.
Jen's dad's.
Oh, that's Jen's dad's.
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I wanted to show Ike that old Rapala patch, but
You'll
Whoops.
see him. If the quarantine goes down, we'll go down to Ike's and you can go fish that derb and win a bass cat, Ryan. Right?
yeah, maybe we'll do that.
So we're back next week on Wednesday with a couple of best friends. And I'm not going to tell you who it is, but they are best friends. They do everything together. They're the pride, joy, the up, the down, the all that stuff. So next
They
week,
are best friends.
Yeah, and a bass fishing entity who's from another planet, actually. So, yeah, all that's happening
Really?
next week. Next week. Hey,
another planet.
Another planet. That is correct. Hey, thank you, Crestliner. Thank you, Carl's. We shop at Carl's. Thank you, Abu Garcia tonight, and Berkeley tonight, I should say, for the bug giveaways, the water bugs, the Ike water bug giveaway and the X9. That's a big deal. A big deal. Bubba and Hanks, thanks for the giveaway as well. BubbaandHanks.com. We gave that away, the new guy, right?
Yes, sir.
We did that.
Yeah.
We took care of that business, right?
Pat, I got an announcement.
Okay, go ahead. You need to go to the bathroom?
Make sure
You got to go to the bathroom, Dan?
Everyone, just make sure you download Half a Spot.
Yes.
Download the Half a Spot app. Download Half a Spot. If you're not using Half a Spot, what are you doing?
You're exactly right, Dan. On the
Download Half a Spot
on the Apple app and the Android
store.
Yeah, 100%, and they give you some spots. And I know actually Danny has been inadvertently sharing real spots. Like some people don't share real spots. Danny does. Half a spot. Thank you. Thank you, Tin Cup Whiskey. Thank you,
And a
TH
reminder,
Marine.
it
Thank
is
you, Power
H-
Pole. Thank you.
It's
Ryan, where are we at?
HAFA. Sorry. HAFA. Half a spot. Half a
Hafafa.
spot.
Hafafa. Ryan, continue. Go ahead. The rest of the sponsors. Go ahead. Thank you.
I don't know where you were. We got Tin Cup.
Wait, let's play this game.
TH.
Watch this.
Power
Watch
Pole.
how I do this.
Did I interrupt you?
Yeah, no, yeah. Like, here's just a rule of broadcasting. When you're thanking the people that make a show possible, usually just let it go and then hold the thought, and then bring it in at the end. So as I continue, Ryan, who's your favorite sunglasses?
Wait, what are you saying?
Who's your favorite
I wasn't
sunglasses,
listening.
Ryan? Who's your
I
favorite?
wasn't listening.
Who's your favorite sunglasses?
Amphibia.
Amphibia, Ryan. Who makes the best damn spinner bait in your opinion?
War Eagle.
War freaking Eagle,
I
right?
interrupted you again.
Ryan, War freaking Eagle. Ryan, when you don't want to go nowhere and you want to stay in one spot, what do you do?
Bubba and Hanks.
You when you want to stay in one spot, you throw Bubba and
Power
Hanks in.
pole.
Throws Bubba and Hanks in the water. Bubba and Hanks attract sharks.
When I
Sharks
wanna
are fun to
nowhere and I
catch.
want meat delivered to my
Sharks
door,
like blood.
I go
Sharks
Bubba and
like
Hanks.
Bubba and Hanks, right?
Ryan engages the Tin Cup.
Ryan, when
He's
you
just
win a
one of
big
those-
derb and catch a 6-4 and win the derb and win like $85,000, what kind of beverage do you celebrate with?
Tin Cup.
Tin Cup whiskey.
Mountain whiskey.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Ryan, when you clean your boat once a year, what do you clean it with? What product?
Bow to stern.
Bow to freaking stern.
And Armor Shield.
And Armor Shield, 100%. Hey, Danny, if you want to cast farther, what do you spray on your line?
Only KVD line.
Only
lure.
KVD
Only.
line and lure.
Only.
You
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If I want to get up on plane quick in a foot of water, I hop in my Crest liner, XF 189 with a 150 Merc Pro XS, and I get on plane in 11 inches of water. True story. True story. Ryan Whitaker testifies as well. Testifies as well.
3 different settings.
Hey, Andy, if you want to replenish those swim jigs that sit on a peg in your garage, what swim jigs are those?
The only swig jig on the market, Bro Varney.
It's Bro Varney right there.
Throw that with my Alpha Angler.
You sure do. And when you're using the wrench, I'm sure you have some Bite Me Tackle finesse products on the end of it. Hey,
Hunter head.
thank you. Thank you. And TH Marine, you light up my life with your LED lights. Thank you very much, everyone. That makes the Stray Cast show possible. We are back next week. Did I forget anything? Danny, do you have anything to say?
When my remodeled
Ryan, do you have anything to say? Sorry, Danny, I'm messing with you.
Thanks for playing.
Carl's. Did you say Carl's? Did we do Carl's?
When my new boat needs to be nice and shiny, I put bow to stern on it.
Yeah, there you go. You really do. I saw you doing it the other day. That's a true story.
I put it on there.
Hey,
there's been a lot of it on that boat.
I love this show. I love bass fishing. I
Brian,
hope
that
that
thing was darty.
I hope
I know.
that the sun burns away the badness, and we come back with gladness. Peace.